Hello, fellow MechWarriors, Mage Leader here. Welcome back. It's been a couple weeks, but after some delays, we are now back with more MechWarrior 2nd Edition. I'm joined tonight by all the usual players. We've got Lucen, Oswald, Liz, Roland, and Zero. How's everyone doing tonight?
Hello,
Howdy.
hello.
Good,
Holding
glad
together.
to hear it. All right. So, when last we left off, you guys were lifting off from Susquehanna, and you were making your way to the jump point, having successfully completed your mission of rescuing the orphans in time for Christmas. So, last time I got a little railroady and handholdy. We're going to take a step back from that this session. But that's where we've left off. You guys are waking up to a new day. You have 24 hours before you get to the jump point, and you're waiting jump ship.
How many kids got up in the middle of the night crying?
Oh god.
I think
Uh,
the answer is yes.
The kids were largely quiet because most of them were really exhausted.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Did they wake up super early, or because how much sleep is Val operating on? Because she has to play camp counselor now.
I'll tell you what. Let me roll for this, and we'll see how much sleep you got.
Okay.
So yeah, you got a good full night's sleep. The kids were all really quiet.
That is good. Okay.
They start waking up around 0600, which you assume is probably the time that they've been waking up while they've been in the facility.
Okay.
Sounds about
well,
right.
we are going to, if we haven't already, we probably would have, but let them know where the bathrooms are. I assume, given that we don't have public showers in facilities, we'll have to do a rotation at some point. So we're gonna take inventory of the kids, their ages, and then we're gonna start putting together, enacting the activity stuff that we've spent this time planning ahead for, so they're not bored and they have something to do, and we keep them occupied.
Okay. All right.
Ethan is going to be on the bridge with James, making sure, keeping an eye on any pursuit or anything.
Okay, we'll get back to that in a moment. Go ahead, Oswald.
Maybe Zach will run a Mario Kart tournament with the kids later on.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
But for now,
Are they still making Mario Kart games?
Bro, you know they're still making Mario Kart.
Mario Kart 5!
1,000. At the moment, though, Zach is in the mech bay with a spent 50 caliber brass casing, looking at it thoughtfully in front of several pieces of equipment, and pondering just how he has an idea to try to turn that into a brass ring of a certain size.
Okay.
Zach needs to get his ring stretched.
Bro.
Well, he's got to build one first.
So, does he know what size?
Yeah, I have once I'll tell you once the time comes to,
I mean, he should. Her finger's been in his butt enough.
Roland.
You need to chill, dude. We just started, okay? Calm down a little. All right.
Off to a great
yeah.
start, everybody.
So
Hey, I've been saving this up for 2 weeks.
What's the real method that you use to get that ring finger measurement without being noticed?
Well, he has a pen light that he uses to get into little confines when he's like cleaning or fixing little bits of equipment, or for his mech and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And he noticed one time when Yuki was when he was teaching her, having a session in the cockpit of the Centurion, that her ring finger was the exact same diameter. And he's like, I'm going to remember that one.
Okay. All right, I'll allow that. Okay, so that's what you're up to. What is Gareth up to?
Well, the first thing he would have done, well, this probably would have been hours ago, but I imagine first he would have been debriefing the man formerly known as Justin Wolf, just to figure out what was he doing with Clan Wolf before their encounter. Like, what's his backstory? What was his MOS? And I can send you the notes for what I come up with links yesterday if you want.
Okay. We'll circle back to that when Lynx actually takes control of the character. I'll let him control Justin for the most part when we end up adding him in a later session.
I'm just letting you know, like, he's doing the debriefing, and also just sort of giving him some pointers on some of the changes he's going to have to get used to quickly.
All right, cool. We're gonna keep Justin as a fairly minor character since Lynx has said that he'd like to use that one.
I know. I just want to get.
That's just for general reference.
To address the elephants in the room because it's going to be important later.
Okay. And what's Hudson up to?
Probably going to do maintenance on the Archer and also just keep track of the kids because they're being housed in the mech bay, right? There's a separate cargo space that's been set aside, so they're not underfoot in the mech bay. Okay, but they're probably close at least. So
I'm sure that some of them will wander in wanting to look at the big robots.
Oh yeah. Well, in any case, the Archer was technically active in the last engagement, so he's doing the maintenance check on that and going to check on the kids at that point.
Okay. Give me just a second. My air conditioner turned on because I forgot to turn it off. Give me 1 second.
I suppose I should also note that over the last few days during transit, Gareth has actually been trying to avoid the kids just to...
It's gorgeous out today. I don't need that thing. It's just making
avoid traumatizing them because he is a clanner.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Well, they've been around clanners for a while now, but...
No, I mean, like, he knows some of them have some bad memories. So for now, he's keeping his space. But if they even come and seek him out, he won't turn them away.
Okay.
He's not W.C. Fields, in other words.
So I'm going to go over to Roland first. You were up on the bridge with James?
Yes.
Okay. So you've been up there for a little bit since the morning. As you walk into the space, James nods to you, and he says, "Boss, we got a minor situation developing over here."
Okay, spell it. What's going on?
Richard pipes up, says, "Well, I got a reading on the sensors. Apparently, about 5 hours after we lifted off, another dropship lifted off from Susquehanna and appears to be headed toward the same point we are."
Do we have an IFF? Any ID on it?
It appears to be a fairly standard cargo dropship like ours. No identification on it that I recognize.
Well, considering who ended up getting killed last session, I would think that their entire tumen just took off.
Well, so far the only traffic out of Susquehanna is a single dropship.
I don't have an aerospace fighter, but keep the gun crews ready and
That's an idea. We're going to have to replace the those covers for the weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what class of dropship it is, Richard?
Hang on. He does, but I don't remember all the classes of cargo dropships. It's a similar one to the one that you guys have, but it's not the exact same model.
So like a Union?
Oh, the Deny? Or...
Yep. It's civilian. Yeah. It's not a military dropship.
Huh.
There's plenty of... Is it spheroid or aerodyne?
Spheroid.
Okay, there's a ton of them.
Yeah.
And for the most part, they're kind of all the same. Sorry.
Richard, can you back their speed down a little bit just so they can catch up so we can get a better ID on them? And then if need be, goose it?
I can do that. They're not going to catch us before we get to the drop point, though. Or to the jump point, rather.
James, are you comfortable holding at the jump point until we can figure out who these people are?
He thinks for a moment. I'd really rather jump as soon as we can. It's the whole reason we've got the batteries. If we're going to wait to ID them, I'd rather do it at the next jump point where we're in more friendly territory.
Why don't you ask the jump ship crew if they have it scheduled, if they're scheduled?
Yeah, we transmitted to them. They don't, but they're not the only jump ship at the jump point. There's about 3 others out there.
Guess we'll
All right. Keep an eye on it, and if you get any sensor readings to it that might help identify it, call out as soon as you can.
You got it, boss. All right, so we'll wrap that up. We'll move over to Val. It sounded like you had a plan on what was going on.
Okay, yeah, so there's a couple of things that we got to do. Is we got to figure out the names and spend some time to figure out whose families they belong to. And then it may help to schedule over the subsequent time to have them kind of take an interview about what happened. Testimonies like this is important to understanding how the clans operate. And we also, just need to, if the oldest ones express any sort of interest of assisting the crew, there's a lot of stuff, and Val's kind of the one who's decided she's going to shoulder all this, so...
Okay, so you were given a list of different families and the names of kids that were expected to be at this place.
Okay.
And so you can go through that and you can start, you kind of take a roll call and see who you got and who's still unaccounted for.
Okay, so that's the first thing we're going to do is given the names that we've come to, and this will help further have them trust us. But basically identify which one whose family it's like, okay, yes, your family, you're Billy. Okay, yeah. So we'll do that.
Yeah, there'll be a list of who they belong to, so you can be like, yeah, your Uncle Tyler is looking for you, that type of thing.
Right, exactly. And your Uncle Tyler sends his love, and yep.
Okay.
Just to have them connect so they're aware as well, too, that their loved ones are still alive.
All right. So, you start going through that list, and you find that about 85% of the names on the list are accounted for.
Okay.
There's still a handful that, if they were on Susquehanna, might have been in a different facility or may have already been folded into the labor caste.
Okay.
But you guys got most of what's on the list.
Okay. So if of those 15%, are they older kids? Did they just not have family, or did they come from another planet? Maybe
some of the older ones are probably still with the Resistance, I should note.
So the list was specifically for Susquehanna.
Okay.
So it's a list of everyone who's on the list has family that's looking for them.
Okay.
So if you want to know more about what happened to them, you can try questioning the kids, or...
Yeah, if they want to talk about it, if those that are not on the list, they're still going to make it back to Orestes, but we just want to make sure they have a place to go. So, just kind of talk with them and, if they may have family or other relatives and that sort of thing.
Okay. I'm going to make this, let's see, you do charisma or persuasion, something of that nature.
Okay.
We can have you do a roll, or you can do social if that's easier.
Okay. My charisma would give me a 7+, my negotiation would give me a 6+. So let's try negotiation.
Okay.
And I got a 8. So that's a success.
Okay. So you're able to scratch off uh, about a dozen more names off of that list. They seem to be a mix of, there's a few that were already shipped off to the labor caste, typically around age 14 or 15. They take them out of the academies and put them to work. So they're kind of beyond saving in this method. A few just kind of disappeared. Somebody said like a couple of them ran away and they haven't seen them since. And the rest, let's see.
And the rest.
Yeah, for all we know, they could have just been like,
There were about
random...
4 of them that were actually taken away by men in fancy uniforms.
Okay.
And the kids
nice white
don't
men in the
really
clean
know
white coats.
anything more than that. They say that they asked the clan personnel where they were going, and they were told not to ask questions.
Okay, so these 4 kids were just sort of rolled up into this unit, I guess, or class, or whatever we want to call it.
Yeah, not all at once. So these were all spread out over a period of a few months.
Okay.
So they'd come in, they grab 1, or maybe they grab 2, and they'd be gone, and no one would ever see them again.
You know, there is someone you could probably ask about that.
I mean, once we get more information, if she has some time, she'll try to ask either Gareth or Thomas, because again, there's going to be some cultural not understanding. So, and for what purpose these 4 kids were added is a mystery. So.
Yep.
Also, Thomas Ward is specifically a wolf, so he might actually know even more than Gareth does.
Yeah, but Gareth also has a bondsman who can answer too. That's what I was bringing up.
All right.
She'd probably write down questions that she would have, notating that, and apart from that, at some point in time, she's going to have Dr. Jason make sure that, I'm sure they're okay, but just to check up to make sure nobody got hurt or got, glass in their arm or something on the way out, or, everybody's okay and good to go.
Okay.
And then we'll spend the rest of our time doing rotations. So, yeah, you'll have a certain amount of time for playing, or for this activity, and then this activity, and for video games, and then we're going to stagger out lunch, and then I'm sure physical exercise was involved in this too. So, if anybody wants to help Val, she's probably very much going to be grateful for that, because she's trying to manage it all by herself.
Yeah.
But
and while you're working on, while you guys are figuring that out, go ahead and give me a medtech check, Liz.
Okay.
We'll see what you find in terms of injuries on the kiddos.
Okay. Okay. That's a 10.
Okay. So there's some minor bumps and bruises, some scrapes, some of which clearly predate your operation. So some of these kids have been getting into tussles here and there.
Sure.
There's one kid who got a bit of a cut, a particularly quiet young boy of around 9 years old, who you actually notice he put his own bandage on. It's a little sloppily done. You're able to fit him with a better one. But he apparently got a cut during the evacuation, and rather than tell anyone or complain, he decided to take care of it himself.
Okay, Val has some intuition. She's going to ask him if he likes, medical things and that sort of thing.
Okay. So he shrugs, says, "No, not really. It just hurt, and I wanted to keep it clean. I didn't want it to get worse."
Well, that's smart thinking. She will casually mention if he ever is interested in doing more, learning more about medicine and the like. Dr. Jason might be able to answer some questions, and said, "But yeah, that's good." And give him a compliment, and move on.
Okay. Yeah, but as you move on, he looks down and says, "I don't like blood."
Oh, yeah, I'm starting not to like it myself, but that's okay.
Okay. Let's go ahead and move over to, I think we'll do Gareth next.
Okay. So, what do you have to ask?
Apart from, so you've done your debrief. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
Oh yes. He is now actually going to fully finish the first set of just I think I mentioned before he is actually writing a book on the history of the Black Sheep unit, and the events that occur in Susquehanna are where he's going to end Volume 1. So he's basically putting the finishing touches on that and then getting ready to do some proofreading.
Okay. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll have you just kind of progressing your draft, and then when you go to do your edit, I'll do a skill roll for it, and that will determine how well it performs when you release it.
Okay. I do have the writing skill for that. So.
Oh, you do? Okay, fantastic. So yeah, it'll be a writing skill check once you get it done. Let's say we'll let 3 jumps worth of time pass, and then you'll have it done.
And he also has another finished one, which is it still needs to be sent off to a publisher, but this is the one he's been working on for a bit longer, which is the one because of course, in universe, in the original timeline, Phelan Kell will publish the Klan's Words of Kerensky. Well, Phelan's kind of dead now, so Garrett's going to publish it instead.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a writing check for that one then.
Okay,
so don't believe we've done that yet.
I need a 6.
Okay. Go ahead and do it at -2.
Okay, that is exactly what I needed with a -2 then.
Okay, fantastic. So yeah, you've got a readable, if rather unremarkable script, but it will probably sell pretty well because it's a topic that everyone wants to know about at the moment.
Yeah, very, very cut and dry, no nonsense.
Yes,
that sounds about right.
Fittingly clan-like. Yeah, it's a fittingly clan-like publication. Okay, Oswald.
Yo.
What you up to?
Well, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna see if I can cut down that cartridge and see if I can make a ring out of it that's worth a shit.
All right, you're doing this yourself?
At first, yeah. I know I'm probably not gonna do it right. So
you could ask for help from one of the techs, although you'd have to be careful who you ask.
Have you got any relevant skills?
Just mech tech.
Mech tech. Okay. Let me look at the master skills list here real quick. Oh, actually, what I'll have this be is an untrained tinker check. And tinker is mental. So it will be a mental check, roll 3d6, and take the 2 lowest.
Tinker is high on my list of Air Force bases I never
want
to go to.
I'm rolling the beat an 8.
What's wrong with Tinker?
Well, that screws me right there because wait a minute. How's that supposed to work?
What did you roll? I didn't
so roll that 1 again.
God damn it.
Snake eyes. Okay. Yeah, so it's an untrained check, so you roll 3d6 and take the 2 lowest. Your 2 lowest were both 1s. So
okay.
All right.
All the fire alarms are going off.
You go and start working on this bullet casing. You go to trim it down with one of the cutting tools, and in the process of doing that, the round casing actually slips out of your fingers, and I'm going to have you give me a reflex check.
Uh-oh.
I'm pretty sure I beat that.
Okay. What's your margin of success?
3.
Oh wow, you have good reflexes. Okay. So yeah, it slips and shoots across the shop and kind of disappears into the piles of junk, and you're able to just barely pull your fingers out of the way of the cutting tool.
Ooh.
Close call that leaves you a little bit shaky.
Yeah. Okay, well,
next
I'm
time,
gonna
talk to a professional.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find a tech.
Okay. Who are you going for?
Who's available?
The usual suspects. Everyone's got their jobs that they're doing, but you have pretty good rapport with the technicians, so I'm going to say you can make an attempt to go up to just about any one of them.
I'm gonna go to Mora.
Okay. Yeah, Mora.
Yeah.
Yeah, you find her over by. You guys still have the quick draw, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been so long. She's over working on the quick draw.
So I'm gonna go over and hey Mora, you got a second?
Yeah, what you need, Zach?
Ah. Well, I'm gonna wait for her to come down because I really don't want to, throw this out there.
Okay. She does one of those fancy dismounts and actually, rather than lowering the scissor lift, she actually climbs down the scissor part of the scissor lift and
Wow.
kind of plops down onto the deck next to you. What's up?
Well, that was impressive. Well, I was thinking I'm gonna go and rummage around and see if I got another casing on me. I'd like to see if I could make a ring out of this casing. Not anything special, just kind of a promise ring.
She raises an eyebrow and grins at you. Says, "Aha! Things are getting a little serious, huh?"
It's not anything special. It's just kind of a bookmark.
Sure. All right. What's the? She looks at it and says, "What do you need the inner diameter to be?"
Oh yeah, he goes and pats his coveralls. Here we are. Grab the pen lights. Yeah, I noticed that her ring finger is exactly the same diameter as my pen light.
Ah, cool. She takes your pen light and says, "Mind if I borrow this for a bit? It'll go quicker and easier if I've got the jig right
Sure.
there."
Sure.
All right. I can't guarantee that you'll get the ring part of it back because I'm going to take it over to the plasma cutter. But once I've got a template, I can definitely get this thing stretched out to the right size.
He's doing everything he can to not smirk at that.
It says, "Get your mind out of the gutter, Buffington."
Oh, it's. I almost said it's hard, but I'm not going to say it's hard. Oh shit.
She gives you a pat on the cheek. Says, "I'll get it back to you when I can."
Alrighty, about face. I'm gonna go irritate some kids and beat them up playing, video games.
Okay. Hudson.
All right. Like I said, just making sure the archer's still all in alignment. Provided I've finished that without anything exploding. I might stick my head out when I hear the fire alarms going off and see Zach going over to talk to Mara. Think, well, that's kind of weird. And then, yeah, I guess if Val has given any indication she could use any help available with the kids, I'd probably go check on the kids too.
Okay, yeah, you find Val down in the cargo hold that's been kind of improvised as kids' quarters, and she does look a little bit swamped. She is heavily outnumbered in this engagement.
Tends to happen, yeah.
So, what do you do?
Yeah, buddy. This is one where he's even more out of his element than usual. So, first move is actually to kind of carefully thread his way through this sea of children. He's in like his MechWarrior uniform with a literal sword at his hip, so that's a little difficult. Gets over to Val and says, Val, I find
yes.
myself with a few minutes. How are you doing?
Well, there's a lot to do. Well, she's just gonna look over at the arts and crafts station. They're not throwing paint anymore, so that's good. Well, if you want to help, Group 3 needs to get ready from lunch, and Group 2 needs to come back. So if you could go to the galley and check up on them, that would be great, and bring them back, of course.
Which one's Group 3, by the way?
she'll point it out. I think there's like
Okay.
70 or 80 different kids, so
You'll
there's
find
probably,
them. We
like,
tattooed the numbers onto their forearms.
oh no.
That's forward thinking.
No, we didn't do that. But yeah, she would have assigned groups. There's probably 5 of them.
And
So,
name
yeah.
tags are a thing, you know. But
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she would have given them name tags until she learns everybody's name. So, yes, of
And-
course.
And frankly, that was a bad idea.
okay.
So, yes, if if she could get some help, then she is absolutely going to put Hudson to work.
You did not
Yeah.
see that one coming.
Okay. So train of thought. Yeah, Hudson knows he's completely frozen out by the tech staff, and he has not had a chance to set things right yet, and in his head, other things have to happen first before he can do that. So yes, he goes to the galley to gather up Group B and bring them back to exchange with Group C.
They were numbers, but yes.
Sorry,
Yeah.
2
third
and
group
3
is-
then.
Yeah, exactly.
No, keep that. That's something Hudson would do in character, I feel like.
Oh come on, I'm
All
not
right.
that stupid.
All right, no, I didn't mean it like that. Okay, so anyway, yes, you get up to the galley, and the kids have. Chef looks at you with relief as you come in because he is, well, he's got a smile on his face and looks like he's enjoying himself. This is a particularly rowdy bunch of kids, and it's clear he's kind of lost control of the situation. It's like, good, you're here. You mind getting these guys out of my kitchen?
Does he sing?
He is not currently singing, but I won't roll out whether or not he has sung at the kids.
Gotta take care of the children.
Yep. He kind of looks wryly at Chef there and says, "You know, this is just the second group. There's like 5 more coming."
Oh, I hope so. Just got to make sure that we keep it somewhat under control. They're all a little different, you know.
I suppose they are. All right. He attempts to get the kids' attention, just sort of tries to put on a commander voice, says, "Children of Group 2?"
That's
No
all you
answer.
say?
I don't know what else to say.
Okay, this is
Bueller.
going to be a skill check.
Bueller.
Do you have any kind of social skills? Do I need to ask that?
Bueller.
I do have social skills. I specifically have the leadership skill.
You have the leadership skill. Okay, cool. Give me a leadership
1
check.
rank. Okay. See how this goes. Come on, dice. Come on, dice. Sigh. I had to get a 7, I got a 6.
Okay. So a couple of the kids look up, but most of them are still making lots of noise and squealing, and a couple of them are throwing food at each other.
Okay. Alright. He kind of twitches. You see like a brief PTSD flashback go across his eyeballs. He remembers how his grandfather treated him growing up. He kind of shakes his head and starts taking the food away from them and bringing it over to Chef, trying to get the table clear at least. Like, come on, children, it's time to go back. It's someone else's turn now.
Okay. So since you're taking the food away, I'll let you make another leadership check at -2.
So that's a penalty.
No, that's a buff. That lowers your target number by 2.
It's hard to keep track of what a minus and a plus is.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I know what you mean.
Okay, that's a 7. I need to get a 5.
Okay. So yeah, as you manage to get the you collect the plates, a few of the kids aren't as willing to part with them, but they're also not going to argue with the big muscled Lyran gentleman who is taking their plate away. And most of them seem to have learned not to talk back to people in military uniforms. So you're able to actually get them wrangled pretty well and back under control. And when you after getting the lunch finished, you're able to get them to line up and walk out in an orderly fashion.
All right, works for me. All right, so get them lined up, and we march back to the children's quarters, checking back over my shoulder periodically, make sure everyone's still there.
Okay. Yep. Everybody stays in line, and your margin of success was high enough that you got them back, and it actually kind of looks impressive as you walk them back into where Val is located. So from Val's perspective, you sent Hudson off to go get the kids, and he's brought them back, and they're practically marching in step.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh.
Nice job, Hudson.
Where there's a whip,
Very Lyran
there
way to
is a
resolve
way.
this.
No.
Good, somebody got it.
Go to war today. Anyway.
Thank you, Liz.
The Hobbit?
I got it. Yep.
Yes. Okay. All right. Back to the scene.
So,
back
yes,
to the
we're
scene.
going to have the ones who just came back from lunch, and we'll say, okay, group 3 now. Hudson here's going to lead you over.
Uncle,
Yep, just sort of
his name is
raise the
Bubson.
fist, say group. Sorry, we're talking over each other. What'd you say, Madge?
One of the kids pipes up. Who is Bubson?
Oh boy.
One of the particularly young kids.
No, it's Hudson. Say it with me now. Hudson.
Bubson.
Hudson.
Bubson. You are not winning this one.
Okay, well, we'll go see Hudson there, okay? Come on now.
My grandfather didn't either.
All right. So Hudson, you are approached by a girl who looks like she's about 6 years old, and she puts her hand into yours and starts pulling you towards the galley and says, "Come on, Mr. Bubson, let's go eat lunch." As a bunch of other kids start crowding around you.
That is that's just destructively adorable.
Aggressively
Out of game,
cute.
that's literally what's happening in my life today. So,
Oh,
okay. Yes, he sort of follows along. Just also checks to make sure again that everyone's there and no one's branching off.
Okay. Yeah. I'll count your last successful leadership role for the rest of the whole thing. So you're able to get the group organized and walking out. You bring them in, get their lunch done, and we'll leave off with the kids there for now. And before we move on, we'll just see if Roland has anything else he wants to do.
is it Salisbury Steak Day?
I do want to add one thing on here.
Yep.
Just in going back and forth across the ship, Hudson is kind of casually keeping an eye out for Gareth.
Okay.
Although
so
I do know Zero
Gareth,
has said he's specifically trying to avoid the kids, so I might not see him.
Yeah. So Gareth, at any point, are you thinking you might bump into them?
Probably when he's going down to the galley at some point, I would imagine.
Yeah. So yeah, you go to get some food in the galley. There is a group of kids in there, and Hudson is there as well. And one of the little girl who had Hudson's hand earlier points at Gareth as he comes in and says, "Who's that? What's
she
his
asking me?
name?
That is Mr. Gareth.
Mr. Garfiff?"
Sure.
And Chef pops
You know
up.
what? That was actually closer than you got with my name, so sure, he's Mr. Gareth.
Chef pipes in and is like, "Yeah, that's Gareth Chistu. He's one of the big guys around here."
Hudson kind of looks at him as he pronounces Gareth's last name and starts doing the shake his fingers under his throat, like shut up, shut up, shut up.
And the girl
To
said,
be fair, they probably don't know Jade Falcon blood names.
so the little girl looks over and says, "Mr. Cheese Toes?"
Oh, ha ha ha. Now, Thomas,
Actually,
they
it's
recognize
pronounced-
word.
And
Actually, it's pronounced Mr. Cheetos, which are also still being made somehow.
one of the other kids pipes up. One of the other kids pipes up and says, "I hear cheese toes." Another kid says, "Cheese toes," and before you know it, Everyone is laughing hysterically, pointing at Gareth and saying, "Cheese toes, cheese toes, Mr. Cheese Toes."
He visibly has to bite his tongue not to say anything.
Congratulations, Gareth. Your name among the kids for the rest of the trip is Mr. Cheese Toes.
You're a patriarch.
Neat.
New blood name acquired.
Well, the good
Oh, boy.
well, the good news is that means he'll probably stay away from his boots.
Well, most people should.
Maybe.
All right.
Technuke is saying someone paint the feet of his mech.
Don't give. By the way, do not give Delta ideas. I know he will see this, and you know
No,
how he is.
It's too late. It's too late.
It's not easy being feety.
I'm gonna need you to never speak again.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So we'll wrap that up there.
does that mean
Unless I'm sorry, Hudson. This was your idea. Was there anything that you were wanting to do with Gareth when you met him?
Yeah, first he makes sure the kids are squared away and that, Chef's giving him the thumbs up that, he'll keep the kids fed for a minute.
Yeah, you're good.
Ah, okay. Then he goes to talk to Gareth, who just says, Gareth, how's the kid doing?
By that, he asked, "You mean my bondsman?"
Your new manservant, or whatever the word for it is, yeah.
He is taking this new arrangement rather well.
Hmm.
Then a moment later, he asks, "Cheese toes? Really?"
Honestly, that was probably the closest you're gonna get. Pronunciation is difficult at that age.
It's all the missing teeth.
Yeah. Hi, Zach. Yeah, the teeth are still coming in and adjusting, and sometimes just a matter of patience. In any case, I do hope Justin is settling in all right.
Honestly, he seems to be grateful to be out of there.
Yeah. And Hudson's face goes a little bit hard there. I watched. He's your bondsman, so he's your responsibility, right?
Af?
When everyone was saying throw him at the airlock, you just sat there and watched.
You
Is
remember...
that how you handle responsibilities?
I did not stand there and watch.
You were standing there while James was dragging him down the hall to be thrown away.
You seem to have a different recollection of what happened than I do.
What's your recollection? I'll play this game.
I insisted that he should not be spaced.
And then when it was decided by the captain and probably some others he should be spaced, you didn't say anything.
Maybe not in earshot of you, but considering what happened with the last bondsman we brought on board, I could not blame them for being a little quick to jump to conclusions.
Oh, I don't blame them at all. I understand the reasoning. I'm just curious about how you handle those you're responsible for.
Well, that is something that has to be dealt with on a case-by-case basis. Some people require more micromanagement than others.
Kind of raises an eyebrow, say, I'll make this simple. Do you stand up for him, or if some superior officer was to order him dead, would you just stand by and watch it happen?
Neg, if he does something that would require his execution, I shall carry it out myself.
Hmm. Not sure what to think about that. In my recollection, it really seemed like you were prepared just to let someone else make the decision while you just watched it happen.
Again, you seem to have a very different memory of what happened than I do.
I may have been watching the ship's security recordings.
And you know that sometimes the audio portion of those recordings can be unreliable.
That is very convenient, isn't it?
These cameras are centuries old. Are you at all surprised?
Oh, no. I'm just saying it's convenient. And I'm also saying that I'm going to watch how you handle this. I'm a bit curious how far you've actually come.
What are you getting at, Hudson?
I'm saying that you are about the closest thing the clans have to nobility, which means that you must understand responsibility to those underneath you. And if I feel unimpressed with how you handle your underlings, you and I might have a problem.
I understand that.
All right, then. Then we have an understanding.
I believe so. It
All right,
seems
then.
it seems you are handling yourself well around the children.
In the sense that I'm keeping myself under control and keeping them under control the best I can, yes.
Well, keep at it.
He kind of gives a little nod that, of course. Well, you'd best get to whatever it is you were off to. I'll keep track of these little ones then.
If you
Unless,
require
of
any
course, you're comfortable.
assistance, let me know.
That depends on how comfortable you are being called Mr. Cheese Toes.
I suppose I do not have a choice in the matter at this point.
That much I can appreciate. You can't really change what other people think of you sometimes, and it's a question of whether or not you can roll with it.
I have been called worse things.
Hmm.
I would repeat
As have
some of
I.
them. I would repeat some of them to you, but I feel that they would be inappropriate to repeat around children.
It's a strange sense of propriety. I appreciate that.
Let us just say that pirates have an interesting sense of humor.
I know. I've met a few. I've killed a few. But in any case, I have to get back to the children, so you get off to whatever it was you were doing. Um, Zach was doing something with your girlfriend that was setting things on fire. You may want to ask a few questions about that.
Wow, what an interesting choice of words.
He
How would
raises,
he know?
he raises an eyebrow at this, picks up his tray, sets it off to the side, and begins rather deliberately making his way towards the mech bay.
Okay.
Not like he's angry, but more like, oh, it's like, okay, what got broken this time?
Are they going without me? No way. All right.
All right.
So we will leave that there for now. Roland.
Ethan's gonna make his way down to the cargo bay to see the kid. His check in with Val and Hudson.
Okay, so you get there. Hudson is still up in the galley, but Val is there trying to keep everybody in line.
Yep, we've got some board games and puzzles going with some groups. A couple of the other groups are playing multiplayer Super Nintendo analog equivalency. Yeah, we're trying our best to keep everybody occupied. Some are reading. Val's trying to keep everything contained.
Val, how is it going? How are you doing?
Well, a little frazzled. Well, the at least group 3 is at lunch now. Do you need something or?
No, just checking to see how you were doing. Anything I can do to help?
Oh, yes, actually there's like a bunch. So she's going to pull over and kind of give him the intel basically that 85%, were on the names that have family. Others ran away, but then there's 4 that they said, I don't know, maybe elements of the watch brought to yeah, it's weird. She'll give him the information, or like they said they were men that looked this way, told not to ask questions, but it looks like most people or most of the kids will have somebody to go home to, but these may not. I'm not sure what to make of these. And she'll give him the case files.
I'll
You know,
I'll run it by Thomas.
I didn't see. Oh, I forgot to ask Mage, but I'm like 95% certain there's no sign of physical torture. Yes,
No,
on any of these kids.
um,
Okay.
some of the kids look like they may have been slapped around a bit,
Okay.
but nothing egregious, like the occasional bruise on the cheek or near like the top of the eye where somebody might have
Yeah.
clubbed them. But
Yeah.
Nothing they might have. Nothing that anyone who would have grown in up in say the Draconis Combine wouldn't be familiar with.
Plus, kids collect bruises anyway. They play hard and they fall.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So you don't see anything that indicates that they were being actively physically abused.
Okay.
2 words for you: Catholic school.
And
Oh boy.
yeah, just she'll kind of mention offhand. Are you worried about any other maybe sleeper agents or at least hidden contingencies they might have put in with the class? I haven't gotten that from any of these kids, but I'm just. I
No,
guess.
I'm not worried. And that
Okay.
if that is a thing, that's a problem for Kung's army intelligence.
Okay. And then in that case, then we'll find. She'll have Ethan help her pick up the blocks or do a bunch of other things. And
Alright.
if he wants to, well, yes, maybe get a rotation in here at some point so I can use the bathroom without leaving them unattended.
Alrighty. I will send a message to have Rachel join us because
Okay. Yes, we're gonna have our hands full for I don't even know how long. What direction are we flying back through?
Jump Point is leading us through to Draconis Combine, so we're gonna keep our head on a swivel because remember our last trip through there.
Yeah. Well, here's hoping they don't know whatever the name of the ship is. I don't know if we were said that or not, but if they maybe we just won't show up and nobody says we have to stop and land, right?
Right.
Okay.
I used
Great.
to know the name of the ship.
Oh, the Amistad or the
Robert
Armistead was the other
Smalls.
one. Robert Smalls, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, you're
Yes.
killing me,
I'm sorry.
Smalls.
I understood that. I understood that reference.
Okay, thank God.
Yes. But for now, until these kids are safely in their parents' arms, Val is just trying to keep track of everybody and everything and keep them occupied and safe and happy and content.
And Ethan is deliberately not telling Val that they've got a shadow. Just because he doesn't want her nervous to get transferred to the kids.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, then-
kids pick up on stuff like that pretty easy.
So, yeah, Ethan will find himself taking care of a lot of things, probably bringing loads of laundry in as well, too. And
Okay.
for a kid who,
All right, and while this is going on, James has actually appeared to volunteer as well. He's been complaining about being stir crazy with nothing to fix, and
okay, perfect.
Susie wants to hang out with her friends, and he wants to have something to do, so he is going to be assisting you as well.
Okay, perfect.
She's gonna be stuck to her daddy like glue.
She is. So she's not exactly clinging to his leg, but it's not too far off. She is sticking around him most of the time, and any time that he has to go and do something that requires him to be in another space, without her. She looks like she's gotten a little visibly nervous. Seems that being without him for a while has actually given her some kind of separation anxiety.
Oh.
Aw.
Hopefully she's not like, if you ever use a bathroom around a kitty cat and then they put their arm under the door and meow. Like, come back out.
It's not quite that bad, but it's more like stand outside the door and just like tap your
Waiter.
foot and have a nervous tick outside the door. Trimming
Okay,
your fingers
well-
on the walls, that type of thing.
Well, she will definitely take all the help she can get, and even pass it along to him. If maybe at some point in transit we could put together a couple small groups to say, hey, if you want to learn more about navigation or technical stuff, or show them the battle mechs or other things like that. Maybe you could help me find interested crew that might be able to take that on.
Yeah, I'll have a talk with some of the guys. If any of them want to see the bridge, I could take some of them up there and show them around.
Well, let's plan for it. I've got some room in the schedule in the next couple days. Once we're in transit, I think it's probably or once we're out of the immediate danger, so to speak. For now, I kind of want them centralized in the event we have to get them into crash chairs.
Okay. Can I give you a free little bit of advice?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
So the schedule's a great idea, and I'm glad that you thought of it. Just make sure that there's maybe a day or two a week where there isn't a schedule and they can just do what they want. Trust me, kids don't work in a regimen all that well. Not for extended periods.
And she's going to kind of pause for a second and then pull her binder out and flip through that. Okay, I'm just going to have to rework this, but I can do that after story time tonight. No problem.
Okay. You don't have to stress about it. Most of the kids will find a good way of entertaining themselves after a couple days. You don't have to run their entire lives. They're, kids are smarter than we think sometimes,
Sure. Well, at least for the immediate time, I just want to have their transition into non-clanner life and back to their home culture be a little bit less chaotic.
Well, their home life is going to be mostly them doing what they please. So...
Well, sure. But the last thing we want is to have idle hands get into trouble and cause problems.
That's true. You'll have to keep an eye on them. Just, make sure that the kids are able to do what they like and not just what's on the schedule for today, because they'll start to chafe against that eventually.
Okay. That's good to know. And she's actually going to take that into account because she hadn't ever thought of that. But yeah, she'll shift some things around later once they're nearing bedtime.
All right.
For the next couple days, I mean. But yeah, you get it.
So gives her a pat on the back. You're doing a good job, Val. I really appreciate your help.
Yeah, no problem. It gives me something to do too, I think.
All right. I'm gonna take a minute and I'll be back later.
Okay, sounds good.
So he wanders off and hasn't said where he's going, but after about 15 minutes he's back. And we'll leave off there. And we'll get up to the jump point. So a day has passed. You guys hit that sack for the night. And you make the transit. And the jump over to the next system. And now comes a fun point. So the kids are all awake for the jump when it happens. Let me roll some dice here. Okay. Val, give me a medtech check. I'm going to see whether or not you prepared for this.
6. Okay, I did. I succeed.
Okay. So you wisely, before making the jump, made sure that every kid had a barf bag just in case.
Okay.
And only a few kids seem to have jump sickness, and most of them vomit in the bags. Most of them.
Okay. All right.
Some of them
Well,
didn't quite understand the instructions, or weren't quick enough on the draw. So there is a little bit of a mess, but it could have been a lot worse.
Yes, imagine a room of 80 kids all puking their guts out and having that fly everywhere in the chaos that would. Okay, yeah. So
You
we're
end
good.
up having to clean up.
Especially in 0G.
Exactly.
You end up having to clean up some globs from around like 3 of the kids. The other ones got it in the bag, and so all you really have to do is like mop their faces up. But
Okay,
otherwise,
good.
everything seems to be fine.
Okay, hey, that's
Wet-
the first hurdle. Now they know what to expect.
Wet Wipe City.
I'm gonna be on the bridge with James, making sure, keeping an eye out for our shadow.
Yeah, what happened with that anyway?
So they were following you about 5 hours back. As soon as you guys hit the jump point, you attached to your jump ship and made the jump.
Okay.
So after you've been sitting there for a bit, you notice that out from your view outside the viewports, you can see that you haven't detached from the jump ship, but the jump ship is starting to maneuver.
Maneuver?
Yep.
Like station keeping?
No, it is actively moving away from the jump point.
I didn't think it could do that.
They can maneuver a little bit. They
Okay,
have
you
to.
mean like it's like making room for something else or something?
Yes. So,
Oh boy.
yeah, you have to, once you move through a jump point, you have to move out of the way so the next thing can get through.
Okay.
Ordinarily, you'd have some time. There are indicators on the sensors that will tell you when something's about to jump in, and then you have time to move out of the way. At least according to the
okay.
novels. I don't know how this works in battle space rules, but in the novels, there's like a whole mathematic formula. You can calculate the size of what's jumping by measuring the difference between the time that the trace appears and the arrival or something like that. It allows you to calculate what size object is coming.
Huh.
Yeah, it's whack, dude. But
Okay.
yeah, your your jump ship rather, is maneuvering to let another ship come through.
Okay. It doesn't sound like it's too out of the ordinary.
Apart from it being rather quick, a little unusually quick,
Okay.
because jumps take a long time to charge, and 2 jump ships jumping to the same point within a few minutes of each other usually requires coordination. The odds of that happening naturally are actually pretty low.
I get it.
Okay. But yeah, that's what's happened.
I'm gonna
Oh.
make sure that with James that the gun crews are ready to go just in case.
Yeah, I can have them all standing by at their stations.
And I'll be on the bridge until until things go down.
Okay. So we'll move on. Who wants to go next?
Oh, I haven't gone in a while. All I could think of was Zach was gonna play some video games with like like Mario Kart or something with the kids, and he's in there and he's into it, and he's like he hasn't played these games since he was there almost their age, and he's even doing the sound effects himself, and he's just having a grand old time.
Okay. We're going to do a skill check for this, just for flavor.
Okay.
Let me figure out which skill to use here. Do you have any skills that you think would make you good at video games?
Probably reflexes.
Well, yeah, that's an attribute. So we'll use that if you don't have any relevant skills.
Well, it's not gunnery, mech, or anything I could use her.
Perception, maybe?
I have perception, yeah.
Otherwise, interest. Special interest.
Yeah, that would be an interest, I suppose. So yeah, go ahead and make a reflex check then.
7.
Okay. Roll again. Also, was that a success or a fail? Sorry.
7 again, and I can't tell because my PDF is going fucking psycho on me.
Okay.
Let me see. Reflexes are 6. Yeah, so I just made it both times.
Okay, so that's a margin of success of 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yes, you are doing decently well at Mario Kart. Some of the kids actually get pretty close to keeping up with you, but you are experienced enough to keep yourself ahead of them for the most part. And the kids are very impressed with your abilities.
No. Okay.
And by the end of it, they've started a bunch of the kids have started calling you Uncle Zach.
Okay.
Oh.
Cool.
Alrighty. Does anyone else have anything they want to do, or?
Well, Garrett's going to ask Mora exactly what was going on with, fuck,
Yes.
now I forgot Oswald's character's name. God damn it.
Zach.
You just said
Zach.
it, Zach.
Okay. So you find Mora down in the mech bay. She's off at one of the workshop tables and appears to be doing something with a 50 caliber brass case.
Okay, so he's going to walk for a couple of seconds trying to figure out what this is, and just ask at some point, it's, so is this what Zach had you working on?
So she's got those headphones you got for her on sticks on, but you do get her attention. She takes off and says, "Oh, Gareth, yeah. Hey, yeah, Zach asked me to work on a little project for him."
Oh, nothing is on fire. I suppose Hudson may have been exaggerating.
At the mention of Hudson's name, she rolls her eyes very dramatically. Says, "I don't know what kind of nonsense gets in that asshole's head. But no, nothing's on fire."
I think it is just a Lyran thing.
Yeah. Now, so far, the only good Lyran I seem to have run into is Annie.
Oh, she is Lyran. Right. So, what are you working on precisely?
That's, he says it's a promise ring.
Oh. What is a promise ring?
Oh. well delivered. He goes, "Oh yeah, I guess you wouldn't know about that." Well, it's basically... Well, it's a little hard to describe. It's kind of like an engagement ring. It's, you give it to your girl, and while she's wearing it, she's promising not to go fuck anyone else.
And what is an engagement ring?
An engagement ring is kind of the same thing, but it means that you're going to be married. Whereas a promise ring doesn't carry the same weight of commitment. And it's still commitment, but it doesn't mean, like, you'll never break up.
Hopefully.
It's a fine line, because both things can be canceled, but, like, canceling an engagement has more weight, if you know what I mean.
He's nodding along, processing this information. He appears fascinated, because this is something that, outside of the Ghost Bears, he has no concept of what marriage or anything like that is.
Okay. Let me give Mora an insight check real quick to see if she's picking up on this. Yeah. So after explaining for a bit, she's like, "You know what marriage is, right?"
I know of it as a custom practiced by Clan Ghostbear, but it is not something that I'm too familiar with myself.
Well, here in the inner sphere, if you're in love with somebody, a lot of times what we do is we get married. So essentially, you go through a ceremony and you promise to, well, kind of like with the ring, not shag anybody else, but more than that, you promise that you're going to build a family together, and then you go off and you start having kids, and you have a whole family started up, and you promise to stick together no matter what happens.
Fascinating.
That's the way it's supposed to work. There's like arranged marriages in some places in the inner sphere where they'll just take two people who don't even really know each other and they'll have a marriage because that means that now one person's family is related to another person's family, which means that they're kind of forming an alliance. And it kind of sucks for the people who are caught in the middle of that, but for some of the noble houses, kids are kind of like a bargaining chip, and so you marry somebody off to somebody else, and that's a way of formalizing your alliance.
Somewhere
That's-
Hudson's ears are burning.
That sounds like a recipe for trouble.
It can be, but
Going to eat
sometimes
that.
it works out okay and they end up liking each other anyway. I mean, most people will at least try to make sure that they can tolerate each other. Usually. Not always, but usually they'll at least try to make sure that they can get along before they do this. But it's treated more like a business transaction than love in those cases.
I see.
It's complicated,
It sounds like it.
but it's
Marriage.
but it's definitely worth it.
Yes.
She
Yeah.
gives you a
Hey.
little poke in the ribs.
That's
Yeah.
called a clue by four, Gareth.
I know he catches on to it and he just he sort of chuckles, but more might see that there are some gears turning in his head at this point. There's something going through his mind right now.
It's not a
Might be-
jacket at Hollow Point.
Might be something worth talking with some of the other Inner Sphere guys about. They could give you some pointers on how the rest of it works. It's better to hear it from another guy, really.
I am not aware of any of the other male personnel aboard this vessel being married.
Well, James was married. Granted, his wife's dead now, but he was married.
Ah, right, fair point.
And Dr. Jason's been married lots of times. He's not the person you should ask for advice.
Honestly, I would just be impressed if I could have a conversation with him while he is sober.
Eh, no comment. Oh, cool. Someone took the muffler off their motorcycle. Yeah, we're all very impressed, sir. Thanks for making annoying background noise for my...
Sorry about your dick.
Okay. So is that all that you had?
I suppose so, because now Gareth's got some questions he needs to answer.
Okay.
Ethan is going to take that file that Val gave him about the four that were taken, and he's going to run the names by Thomas.
Okay. So yeah, you find Thomas off with the rest of the elementals, and they're going through calisthenics and physical training. And you walk in, and he calls all the men to attention, and then they fall into line rather quickly and organize themselves. Troops are ready for inspection, sir.
Oh, at ease. Back to what you were doing. Hey, I just wanted to run some intel by you.
Very well, I shall take a look at these.
Yeah, Val was saying that the kids told her that there were 4 students at the center who were taken away by men in military uniform. I'm assuming warrior caste.
It is likely.
Do these four names mean anything to you?
He looks down at the list of names that you provided, says, Neg, I am afraid that these do not jog my memory. You say
So these
that... What precisely happened to these children?
From what Val told, that they were taken away by men in uniform from the center.
Well, this is not unheard of. The academies are meant to sort the children due to their aptitudes, that they may be placed in the proper caste. Most will end up in the labor caste and will be trained accordingly, but if one demonstrates particular traits that may be of better use elsewhere, they will often be taken off to join the technicians or the scientist caste, and sometimes the warrior caste. As for not asking questions, that part I am not as... puts me ill at ease, I must admit. Ordinarily, I would think, being taken in by the warrior caste is a tremendous honor, and such a thing would be boldly stated to the other children as something to aspire to. I cannot think of a reason why it would be concealed unless there was some sort of special purpose within the warrior caste. What it would be, I am afraid I cannot know.
Is there a chance that... No.
You cut off there. What'd you say?
Is there a chance that those kids are like me, a descendant of somebody from this not named clan that you talk about?
It is unlikely. Possible, perhaps, but if such a thing were to occur, I cannot speak for how things were run on Susquehanna specifically, but I would assume that such children would simply be given a new blood name. They are, after all, tabula rasa, and can be reformed.
All right. Well, sadly, it's no longer our problem.
Neg, and yet it disturbs me. I cannot tell why.
Well, you and your guys did a great job on Susquehanna. You really came in clutch for us.
We are working to prove ourselves worthy of your trust.
Well, you've come a long way to do that, so I appreciate it.
We will continue to do so.
And you'll get paid out shares when we reach outreach.
The pay is not of concern, so long as we are provided for. We do not do these things for monetary gain.
Consider it a bonus, then.
If that is your wish, we shall accept.
All right. I want you guys to keep in good condition. We're in Draconis Combine space, so heads on a swivel.
F. We shall do so.
All right, carry on, and I'm going to head back to the bridge.
Okay. When you get back to the bridge, James is waiting. He says, "It looks like our friends are arriving."
Oh, yeah? Are we any closer to getting an ID on them?
Yes, the jump ship came through. Ship's name is Amenthus. I looked through the records and can't find any mention of her, other than a commissioning date 3050.
The drop ship or the jump ship?
The drop ship.
3050 Amenthus.
Something spooky.
So far, it appears to be saying on its jump ship, but well, I don't really know what its plan is.
Can you rig a point-to-point laser comm?
Well, I don't need to rig it. The ship's equipped for it.
All right. Yes, and establish a link to the Amenthus point-to-point for me.
And at that point, Yukiko pipes up and says, "I can do you one better, boss. They're hailing us."
On speaker.
So she hits a few keys and says, "You're on speaker. Go ahead." And a voice speaks over the comms and says, "Am I addressing Ethan Hollister?"
Oh God, I hope so. I'm wearing his underwear.
Come on.
Charming.
This is Captain Hollister.
Good. I believe it is time we were properly introduced. My name is Phelan Ward.
Excuse me?
I believe we have
Didn't we
things
just-
to discuss.
Didn't we just kill you?
It's a long story, if you would care to hear it in person. Permission to come aboard. I would be coming alone.
All right.
Very well, I shall be over momentarily.
I hit the button, and it comes, Thomas, I need 5 of your guys with small arms in the docking bay.
Thank you, Manic Drake, for subscribing. Perfectly timed musical sting.
Sweet.
Thomas comes back over. Aft, sir. We will be gathering with small arms.
Bing, 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 bing.
Gonna call anyone else in?
All hands, prepare for docking, prepare for docking.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
All officers to report to docking bay with sidearms.
Ah,
Okay,
crap.
kids, everybody's gonna get in their crash chair. Okay. All right, no screaming. Everybody calm down. It's fine.
Charisma.
Sorry, kid.
I'll help Val get the kids in
Okay.
place, and
Okay.
then
So, assistants. So, roll 3d6, take the two highest.
Sorry, kiddos. Gotta go. Phew.
Oh dear.
Okay,
I rolled a 3, I
reroll that
needed a
one.
7. Oh, reroll the 1. Okay.
You also
Come on,
have
get a
edge
6.
too if you need it.
4.
Okay. You needed a 6?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
no, I needed a 7,
so the
sorry.
kids aren't panicking, but they are visibly nervous, and it takes you a few extra minutes to get them locked in.
Okay. Yep. We'll just reassure him we're fine. Everybody's fine. We're just taking care of some things.
Yeah.
And she's going to make sure everybody's strapped in and make sure that everything is concealed, and then show up with her doctor's bag and revolver.
Okay.
I'll escort her there with.
Are you wearing the revolver, or are you holding it?
I suppose it would be holstered, but I guess yeah.
Okay. All right.
Have
Then
it.
you were able to do that without causing any extra panic from the kids.
I'm not whipping a gun out in front of children. No, we're not.
I was
doing
wondering about that.
After she's secured everything. is
Okay.
when
All
she-
right. Just
yes,
wanted to
that's what I
clarify.
said.
Just wanted to clarify. Okay.
Whipping a gun out. No.
She's not Bender.
They looked at this.
Who needs courage when you have a gun?
All right. So everybody's assembling in the docking bay.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So you guys get there a few minutes later. The airlock cycles, and stepping through the airlock door is Phelan Ward, looking
What?
remarkably intact for somebody who was vaporized.
Gareth, you can throw those boots out now.
Gareth
Boots
nods
singular.
along. Gareth nods along, and he mutters, "Damn it! Now I have to edit my book again."
Greetings, Black Sheep.
I
think this is all you, Ethan.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Star Captain, or Star Colonel.
I suppose you have many questions.
Well, I don't see any wings on you, so I guess you went in the other direction.
Gareth also whispers to Ethan. He is a galaxy commander. His insignia indicates it.
Sorry, I don't have one of those
Hudson,
yet.
Hudson actually does speak up and just says, "So I guess you have body doubles?"
Not body doubles, but there are ways of changing one's face. You, well, my subordinate met a rather unfortunate fate. I did want to see just how precious the cargo was to you, as well as how precious your crew is to you. I wanted to get a feel for your character. I apologize for the injury that befell your crewmate. That was not something that I ordered. It seems that I did not have adequate control over those under my command. I take full responsibility.
Yep. That sounds like something Daddy would say.
He winces a little bit at that comment.
So what's going on? Was this some sort of bullshit loyalty test or something?
No, far from it. I am curious, what in the world were you doing on my planet?
Well,
This one's all James.
I was doing a favor to a friend.
I see. Listen, things are awkward between me and the clan. There have been disruptions, especially in the wake of Tukiyid. My command and my position with them is rather tenuous. This is not going to look good on my record, no matter how it's sliced. But whether or not things progress the way that I wish them to will rather depend on what your objective was, and moreover, I would like to know how you achieved it.
Well, our mission, such as it was to get those kids out and back to their parents.
I'm sorry, what kids? Kids are involved?
There was a clan re-education facility, basically brainwashing war orphans.
Your objective was a re-education facility.
Yeah. It's rescued about 100 kids, including the daughter of the my ship's captain.
I see. And the forces that you sent into the neighboring city, what was their objective?
Neighboring city?
Yes, the city about 5 miles distant from the ones with the education facility and your dropship. What was their objective? And why did you leave them behind?
They were local resistance.
They had to have been.
We know the
They were-
local resistance. These were different units. They did not behave in the same way and did not have the same equipment.
They weren't ours.
Yeah, that's...
All our people are accounted for.
Yeah.
He reaches into it. He starts to reach back and says, "May I retrieve something from my pocket? I promise I am unarmed. You may search me if you like."
Yep.
Reaches slowly, pulls out a scrap of cloth with a patch attached to it, and hands it to Ethan. And looking at this patch, you see the very distinctive black sheep insignia that you guys all have on your fatigues. We found this on one of their corpses. Do you still deny that these men were part of your force?
Zach's eyebrows furrow. He's like, last time we lost one of our people was on Gunsburg, and that was a couple of infantrymen. We've lost no one. We've left no one behind. I think you should know by now. By the way we fight, we don't leave anybody behind.
I know precious little about you, which is why I'm here.
That's
Now, there isn't much that I can do about you now, unfortunately. I've had to come after you in an unarmed dropship, and we are now behind enemy lines. But if these men are not yours, then I would have a hard word with your employers. It seems somebody has determined to impersonate you, if that's the case.
Hudson actually has to hold in a little snort at that, like.
Gareth has a much more disquieted expression.
Is something amusing you, Mr. Bosch?
The man who had one of his underlings impersonate him is telling us to be careful of impersonators.
Well, you make an excellent point, except that my subterfuge was intentional, and you seem to be unaware of the one that's happening to you.
Okay.
Zach's gonna.
So, sorry, Zach. What?
I was just gonna. Can I see that piece of cloth real quick?
Certainly. And he hands, he's handed it to Ethan, so Ethan's got it.
Oh, okay. Ethan, I'll look.
Ethan will hand it to Zach.
I'm gonna see. I mean, it looks just like the image that we came up with for the logo. I just want to see if there's anything cheap about it, or if it looks exactly like the stitching, or maybe if it's not exactly wrong, right?
This sounds like an insight check.
Or perception.
Actually, perception. Yeah.
Do you want me to give him assistance on this? I have perception.
Whoa, that's 4 degrees of success.
Okay. If you want, you can re-roll your highest die and see if you get even higher. Garrett's assisting you.
Rudder. Well, I rolled
That's
6 again.
boxcars. Okay. So
Went for perception.
you look down at this thing, and in the process of examining it, you notice this is a very convincing fake. It's a little bit out of proportion. You bring it up. You actually pull off one of your patches. Yes, thank you, Liz. It's a fake. It's a fake. Okay, so but you hold the two patches up side by side, and the only real difference that you can see is that it's slightly off center, just a little bit to the left.
But yeah.
All of your patches were ordered at the exact same time, and they all look identical. So whoever made this one, it's clearly an imitation, but a very, very good one.
If I can say something.
Yeah.
Hudson addresses Phelon Ward here as Mr. Kell, and he emphasizes the word Kell.
His eyes
The moment we landed on the planet, we were handed a false symbol that was a listening device. Your people have done nothing but mislead us. What reason do we have to take you at your word right now?
Apart from the fact that I have approached you unarmed and put my life in your hands, nothing. You may do with this information what you please. I needed to confirm for myself whether or not there may be more of your troops on my planet, and if not, you may want to double check things. I bear you, in particular, no real ill will, assuming that what has happened on the planet was not truly your doing, and honestly, he looks around your ship with a bit of a sneer. I had suspected that it was somewhat beyond your capabilities.
If you don't mind my asking, what exactly happened?
I am not at liberty to discuss that.
And what were the disposition of these forces that you believed were affiliated with us?
Elaborate. Disposition?
I misspoke. Composition. What did they have at their disposal?
Well, they had battle mechs of inner sphere design. 2 lances worth.
Ha! Well, actually.
What make and model?
I am not at liberty to discuss the particulars.
If it was our mechs, we'd already know.
Well, the point is, we have made some enemies in our time. And some of them have access to some rather advanced hardware. If we knew what hardware these impersonators were using, we might be able to narrow it down.
I understand that. However, this information is rather sensitive. I am taking a big risk by telling you what I already have. As I said, my position on Susquehanna is tenuous, particularly now that you've made such a high-profile escape. I could have had a large squadron hunt down your dropship and blasted you out of the sky, but I chose to let you fall back and retreat. It would seem that whatever it is you were working on was separate from the issues we were facing. Perhaps a diversion.
Hey, Ethan.
What?
Should we show him? Should we show him our mechs?
Yes.
A risky decision.
Well, he came to us
Very.
for this far. Might as well tip our cards too.
I would
Follow me,
like
Galaxy
to see
Commander.
if you are willing to show me your mechs, I would also like to see these children you claim to have rescued, if you do not mind.
Oh, that should be all right. I'll look at Val and just kind of just wink.
I guess we could do that. For why? To prove that we're saying that what we're doing is that we're being honest, or what? We're not giving them back.
I do not wish to take them back if you have them. I simply wish to confirm that you are telling the truth.
Okay, and yeah, she'll kind of gesture for Thomas to escort her, and some other elementals. But yeah, I guess we'll bring him over, and go through the hidden compartment that will go into the hidden bay and have all 70, 80 kids in their crash chairs.
Okay. So you guys lead him down to the mech bay, and open. The doors are all open. The mech techs are working on the battle mechs. He looks around your rather eclectic selection of battle mechs and modifications, and appears, I don't know if unimpressed is the word that I would use, more like his expectations were low and they've just been confirmed to be exactly what he suspected. He's got
Even
the
the penetrator?
He's got the penetrator he raises an eyebrow at. He's never seen that one before. But the rest of it, he's got a very condescending look to him. He does, upon getting to the penetrator, he looks up and asks, "What is this?"
It's a battle mech.
Talon Industries Penetrator. It's built to mimic the clan Blackhawk, or what you call the Nova.
Other way around, sir.
The Nova was made to mimic it.
Neg, The clans call it the Nova. You spheroids call it the Blackhawk.
Right,
Then
right,
he
right.
That's,
sees
that's
it.
what he said.
Then he
No, he
sees a
said, the,
wolf
he said the
hound.
other way around.
Oh, okay.
A
never
wolf
mind.
hound with jump jets.
6 medium pulse lasers, 2 ER large lasers, jump jets, and an anti-missile system.
Out of Phelon's eye line, Hudson is looking at Ethan, just spreading his hands like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, even Gareth is kind of giving a gesture across his neck. Abort! Abort! Abort!
Fascinating. It appears that the inner sphere is innovating. And walking around, he gets to the archer and looks around for a moment. And upon
Oh, boy.
passing by the backside of the archer, he gives an odd smirk that Hudson, I believe it would be noticeable to Hudson at this point.
Yes, well, this guy's been very smirky since he walked in, so that's really no surprise to Hudson.
Well, he takes a pointed look at you, at Hudson, and then looks back up, smirks again, and then just doesn't say anything. But you can tell that there is something on the backside of your mech that has amused him.
Hudson says nothing back to that.
Is it really going to be weeks or even months before he sees it?
Might be.
It's just going to be a meme at this point that he just never notices it.
All right, so you guys lead him to the cargo area with the kids, having inspected your battle mechs.
In fact, Gareth is going to whisper to Zach, "Next time we paint it on the mech's head."
Yeah. Taking this guy forever to notice.
So, in the cargo area, he walks in, and a lot of the kids look at him. There's different expressions around the room. There's clear recognition on all of their faces. Some of them look scared. A few of them look a little excited.
Uh-huh.
But most of them just kind of look with a sense of awe. Like, this is a person that they've been told about. But they very clearly recognize him. He looks around at the stack of children. I say stack. That's not a good word, but
Herd.
yes, the swarm of children.
Company.
Yeah. It says, "You are speaking the truth. I am curious. You came specifically for these children. You came all the way from Styx was the last place you had appeared, from what our intelligence said. All the way here to Susquehanna for this specific facility."
Yeah,
Yes, with the machinery that you just saw, and we were successful.
Yes, I can definitely see that. It's a lot of effort. And you do this of your own volition?
We're not getting paid for it, if that's what you mean.
Well, sometimes there's things more important than money or glory or honor, and somebody has to go out and do it.
Sometimes the odd bit of clan tech falls in our pocket, too. I'm not going to worry about that.
Who... Did you do this in the employ of anyone?
Now you're starting to ask us mission profile questions. I think maybe we could do a quid pro quo if you're going to start doing that.
This sounds like a skill check.
Okay, I have negotiation.
Yeah, let's do that.
She's good.
Yeah, don't put too much pressure on it. I might bungle it.
You have edge.
Okay, I do. I saved it. Okay, so negotiation. Okay, I need 6s. Okay, I got a 6.
He thinks for a moment and says, What would you like to know?
Namely the makeup of the mechs that claim to be us that attacked you would be a good place to start.
Very well. They were a collection primarily of light battle mechs. They were from various parts of the inner sphere. There was a wolfhound among them. There were Jenners among them, a locust, a commando, and a selection of medium and heavy mechs. There was a hunchback. There was a warhammer.
Ah, so somebody's trying to pretend to be us.
Using mechs that we have never fielded.
Mm-hmm.
We have never had a hunchback in our inventory.
Or a locust.
Locust, Jenner. Well, we picked up a Jenner, but we sold it.
A Jenner that was reduced to a pair of legs.
Well, I mean,
A Jenner that I brought down but sold, yes.
Not the only person here who's been reduced to a pair of legs, am I right, boys?
Oh, that reminds
Sure.
me, Galaxy Commander. Regarding your body double, do you want his boots back?
I fear that I have little use for them. Now that I have answered your question,
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Zorla.
what?
Very well. Let's just,
Who
very
are
well,
you
let's
in the
just turn this
employ
thing.
of?
I don't know if it's Crown Prince or what the specific, but it's Magnuson.
Elected first prince Hakon Magnus.
Elected first prince. I don't know. You're a republic, and yet you have a weird noble thing going on.
Elected
Anyway.
Queen Senator Amidala.
It started as a principality way back in the day, and when it became a republic, the title is what they called it, but he's still elected.
Yes, Magnuson did, and since the wolves decided to deny James his guardianship of his own child, we decided that was the onus that we needed to get them back.
He looks over at James. You applied for custody through the normal channels? He
Still has the paperwork.
Oh yeah, we have all the
Right.
paperwork, the rejection letter, everything. They thought they knew better to take his child from him. So in a way, you guys brought this on yourself.
He frowns very pointedly and says, I was not made aware of this. This is... We had an agreement with the Inner Sphere we were supposed to abide by. I will be launching an investigation when I return to Susquehanna.
We could show you the ROM footage for the death camp we liberated as well, if you'd like.
He gets very, very dark in the face. Death camp.
Yes. Dissidents that the clanners didn't, I guess, know how to deal with, so they resorted to starving, torturing them, and ultimately butchering them. We have detailed files.
I would like to see this footage.
All right.
Which planet
I mean,
did this occur on?
Gunsberg.
He looks slightly relieved. I would certainly hope that such a thing had not managed to escape my notice on Susquehanna, but I would still like to see this footage and have a copy of it. I believe I know who I could show this to.
Okay, we'll show the like in a way. We're away from the children at this point.
You've led him away
yeah.
from the kids. Let's say you guys are in the briefing room.
Yeah, we can get him copies of the documents.
So we're gonna show the the footage of the one battle mech turning around and lasering a bunch of starving, half dead, prisoners, and she'll say, "I suppose we could negotiate for a copy."
While watching the footage, you notice that he starts to lean over the hollow table, and his fingers start to curl, like almost like he's trying to dig them into the control panel. He very clearly repressing rage, looking at the footage. I fear I have little to offer, other than to say that if I get this footage to the right people, we can ensure that a stop is put to this sort of thing.
You'll
Well,
forgive me if I don't believe you.
This
we
is
stopped.
not the proper way of the clan. I believe you have clan warriors on board. They likely would have concurred with my assessment of this. There
Well,
are.
sir.
Sorry, go ahead, Zach.
Okay. Well, sir, if you don't mind my saying, we killed all the defenders to the man. I believe you'd call it a trial of annihilation.
That is certainly a start, but they would have been operating on someone's orders. There needs to be accountability for this. There are different approaches in clan doctrine when it comes to the inner sphere, and those who are of this persuasion, while they regrettably do exist, should not be in places of command, but subordination. I believe that a reorganization and restructuring is in order, and I know precisely who would be willing to make such a thing happen.
I mean, did it ever occur to the people that are higher up that this sort of thing would potentially destabilize the peace agreement itself?
It would certainly be something that they would want to know about for that exact reason. The Khan, despite what you have seen, is a reasonable man, and this is not the sort of thing that he wants in his territory.
Well, unfortunately, by the time we get back to Rasselhag space, it's going to come out. We have to report back.
I would not try to impede you from doing so. That is not my concern. My concern is ensuring that it does not happen again.
Excellent.
You know, I'm sorry. You have a history, don't you? She's just gonna look at him and remember. Now it's starting to crack. The stress is getting to her because she's now remembering her beau's entire culture being destroyed almost, and how this guy basically had leaked evidence that helped with the war against Rosalhog.
Okay. So he raises an eyebrow and says, I am sorry, I don't know what you mean.
Well, what kind of warrior decides to turn against the very society that he was raised up to defend is a good place to start. I don't get it. All of you guys I hear from the clans, oh, honor this, should be doing this, good, we're actually the good guys, and yet all you've done since you got here is do, let's see, war atrocities, invasions. You want to save the inner sphere by killing it. Congratulations. Did it ever occur to you that maybe you're the villain in this story?
Or at least on the level of the Drax and Capellans. Just saying.
When I joined the clans, I believed that ultimately they would be victorious. That has not transpired. I wanted to
really,
ensure...
you just went for the wind is blowing. If anything, we could be your saviors and bring you back, since God knows when this stuff's get out. And the fact that you let a bunch of kids off of your world and and you got, I don't know, crazy bandits operating under our colors in your backyard. I'm sure this is going to go over. Why don't you just join to whichever way the wind is blowing? Stand up for anything and you talk for honor. You disgust me.
Whoa.
I don't think I could make you understand, but nevertheless, these are the sorts of things that warfare causes. My task, and my position, is to try to limit it as much as possible. Clearly, I have not been as successful as I had hoped. That is why I need this footage.
Okay, we'll give you the footage. But the best thing you can do, and all your pals, is to go around from where you came from and go home.
Well, I did not come from where the rest of the clans are from. I was a bondsman up until recently, but assuming that everything else you've said is accurate, it is not so simple as simply turning around and leaving. The simple fact of the matter is that the clans are here whether we like it or not. All we can do is make the best of it. That is what I seek to do.
Right now we have a cargo of 80 children who had nothing to do with this and never would have been put in this position if the rest of the clans just decided that they had enough, that they could just fight around or do whatever happy clanners do. But instead you brought all of this misery onto the inner sphere, and it's just perpetuated since you got here. So fine, you want proof of your new master's butchery? Go ahead. That's all I'm saying on it.
Then
Yeah, Valkyat, she just blew up. I'm sorry, folks. She just had a woman moment
Okay.
and a meltdown. It fits.
Well,
Well, hey, she's not nicknamed Meltdown for nothing.
So
Well, when
sorry, go ahead.
when Phelon's not looking, Hudson's sort of low-key flashing Val a thumbs up.
So-
Gareth is staring in stunned silence, but he is also very visibly impressed.
So Phelan thinks for a moment and says, I don't have anything to say in response. If I could snap my fingers and make all the clans go away and everything go back to the way it was, I would do so. But I do not have that power. All I can do is try to make things as good as I can under the circumstances. I don't expect you to understand, but my capabilities only go so far. I am doing everything that I can do.
And Ethan is going to be like, I understand. Is there a message you want me to take to your parents?
He thinks for a moment. Those sorts of messages would be better delivered in person someday.
I mean, I'm fairly sure I'm going to see him on Outreach. He'd at least like to know that you're alive.
I would appreciate it if you told him that and that I'm sorry. He'll know what I mean.
Understood. Let's see if he's recovered from after Luthien.
An apology is just words, Mr. Kell.
The actions will have to come when they are possible.
Hudson sort of smiles at that, kind of mimics the smirk he gave him earlier, and says, "You're a very good politician, do you know that?"
I will try my best not to be offended by that.
Say a lot of words, a lot of half informations, leave us to fill in the blanks and hope that we somehow spin it in your favor.
I would like to think that the rather large risk I am taking to my own personal safety is indication that I am willing to put action behind my words, Mr. Bosch. And as for
Given
the
what
rest,
happened on Susquehanna,
you are hardly in the position to be judging me on such things. I think it would be wise if you kept these things to yourself. Now, if you would furnish me with a copy of the footage, I will not take up any more of your time. There is much to be done on Susquehanna, and the rest of the Wolf Occupation Zone.
I guess I can get some copies made up.
Okay. So yeah, you get him his copies, and the elementals start escorting him back toward the airlock.
Before he leaves, Gareth is going to make one request to Phelan Ward. And that is, in the event that he ever finds himself meeting a certain Vondervon Chistu again, send him this message. Try not to die until I get the chance to kill him myself.
He gives you a little grin, says, I have encountered this man before. I am confident that he will still be alive when you meet him next. Best of luck.
Same to you, Phelan Ward.
Well bargained and done.
With that, he'll salute, turn back around, and walk away.
Okay. So, you guys let him head out the airlock?
Yeah, I'm not
Yep.
gonna stop him.
Okay. He exits out the airlock and returns back to his dropship, which has also moved away from the jump point, but there is no sign of further traffic coming through. They're just sitting there recharging their jump drive.
to be clear, Hudson is thinking about cutting him in half lengthwise, but there's a very real chance this is still not actually Phelan Ward, and I think he arrived under some sort of flag of treaty or talking or something.
Yes. So
Yeah.
the request to come aboard is effectively a flag of truce, as far as the Ares
Okay,
conventions are concerned.
Yeah, so it would be an incredibly gauche move to stab him in the back.
It would be frowned upon, yes.
Yeah. I'm thinking it really hard, but Hudson's holding himself back.
Okay, so Phelan has departed.
All right, people, let's get a move on.
Well, that happened.
Also, I would like to
Sal's
thank
gonna make himself
Dark
scarce.
Eyesism for the 100 whatever that was you sent. Appreciate it. Sorry, go ahead.
Hudson shakes Val's hand and says, "Well said."
Yeah, that was well-directed re-entry thrust there, sweetie.
Well, you're gonna have to find her because she's probably just sort of trying to keep herself contained, in the hallways somewhere.
Oh, she's in the angry dome.
Yeah, she's in the mad rant kind of stomp around until she cools off a little bit. But if either of them track her down, she can respond.
I think somebody has tracked you down. I think that this is a good time for Richard to make an appearance.
Okay.
So while you are having your moment, he enters the space, sees the look on your face, and immediately says, "How bad was it?"
Oh, just the man who betrayed your country, showed up and called us liars in a sense until we proved that we were telling the truth and that he was dealing with, I guess, bandits, people that are impersonating us. And then he tried to justify what he was saying and admitted that he only joined the clans because that was the way the wind was blowing.
Yes, I can imagine that was very frustrating.
I don't know. I kept thinking about all of those kids on the ship and what it would mean if I had simply just taken out my service revolver, put it to his temple, and blown his traitorous brains out.
Well, I'm very glad you didn't, but I'm sure that now you understand the reason why so many in Rosselhog take such a dim view of mercenaries.
I guess there's having standards, and that's something that we've tried to have. That just, I, and she's just gonna kind of sputter there for a while and just be angry Val sounds, or she can't even articulate.
Oof.
So he comes over and pulls you into a hug and says, "Would you like to go get something to drink? I'm in the mood for a good hot chocolate."
Yeah, I think she totally is, and she's probably not gonna start shaking a little bit as the adrenaline wears off while he's doing that. So
Yeah, he holds you for a moment until you stop shaking and leads you off toward the galley.
And then, yeah, a few deep breaths, a few cocos later, we'll just check up on the kids and let them know that it's okay. That yep, we just had a big bit of a pit stop. Don't mind that.
Okay. Give me perception.
Okay. Let's see, where am I at with perception? 8. Okay. Not very good at this, so
We'll do it at -1.
8 or higher. Nope. Nope, I didn't get it. I think I'm still too rattled, so.
Okay. So yeah, you James kind of steps back and leans against the door frame as you're doing stuff with the kids, kind of staying out of your way. The only thing that you really notice is that some of the kids are a little animated, and they're whispering to each other, wondering what Phelan Ward or what Galaxy Commander Ward was doing on the ship, and if he'd come to take them back.
Yeah, she's going to say specifically that no, he was. He said he was, but I don't know if that was him or not. But he's not taking you back. We're not going to let anybody take you back.
Is he still on the ship?
No, he's gone.
They all look very relieved.
And she'll have a very serious discussion and treat them as an adult and say that, well, the clans, well, you know how they operate. And so he wanted to know if we were telling the truth about rescuing and bringing you back. And so he didn't believe it at first. And so that's why we had to show him proof. And we told him many times that he's not going to come back or to take you away. We're bringing you home. And that's what we're going to do.
Okay. So they all look very relieved at that fact. And one of them asks, "What about the elementals? Are they going to do anything?"
Oh, no, honey. They're a part of us as the Black Sheep Squadron. They're here to protect you.
So the little girl with the speech impediment from earlier says, "Are they nice?"
And yeah, I think she's gonna. Yes, they're nice, and you don't have to be afraid of them or anybody else on the ship.
Okay.
Aw.
Can we get
Valid.
out of the seats now?
I'll let you know when we're clear, okay?
Okay. And they kind of grumble a little bit.
Okay. Having had a little bit of a calmer moment now, I suppose she's able to be a little bit more social now if anybody approaches or check to see how long it'll be and all that.
All right. So Richard nods and says, "I have to get back to the bridge, but that was very impressive, Valeria."
Oh, I couldn't stand it anymore. That was really reckless is probably a better word of using.
No, not that. I mean how you handle the children.
Oh, well, we can't lie to them. We have to tell them the truth.
Indeed. Not everyone has that level of insight. Or perhaps it's instinct?
Well, I'm doing this as best I can as I'm going, so, I must be doing something right.
I think you have a talent. And with that, he gives you a little kiss on the cheek and heads out the door.
She's gonna turn her head really fast when he moves towards her cheek, so it gets her on the lips.
Reflex.
And then smirk.
Give me
Okay.
reflex.
Hey, I needed a 7, I got an 8.
Okay.
Or a 9, excuse me.
You successfully intercept him, and he gives you a
Would
bit
you
of a
intercept me?
gives you a bit of a smirk. It says, "You cannot be trusted."
She's gonna give him the look, but then yeah, we're gonna part.
Okay. All right, who's next?
I suppose Gareth could talk to Ethan about what Phelan Ward has chosen to reveal to us.
Well, we're going to make note of it. We don't have any way of taking action on it right now, but we're going to run it up any intelligence channels we have.
I would be careful with that if I were you, sir.
Yeah, we don't let the fucking robes know.
It seems we're on the same page in that regard.
I don't trust those shifty fucks.
I cannot help but believe that this is the start of something big. Comstar does not engage in subterfuge unless there is a plan behind it.
Average rescue don't take a dump without a plan. No one's got the Red October reference. That makes me
Of
sad.
course,
Oh, yeah, I get
we
it.
understood the reference.
Okay, it just wasn't funny. Okay, I see how it is. I see how it is.
No, it was all right. I just didn't have push. I just didn't have push to talk on.
It's all good. I'm just fucking around. Okay. Anyway, back to what you were up to. You were discussing Comstar.
Yes, specifically, we were basically what Gareth is saying is that he suspects that Comstar may be the one behind the false flag.
Okay.
For what purpose?
That's the real question we have to answer.
Well, right now, I think I'm gonna keep these cards close to the vest, and the only person I can't trust right now, not to have an agenda about this, is Wolf.
Exactly. After all, he would have nothing to gain about lying to us about this.
But the Rasselhog and Comstar would.
Correct. And Comstar and the Rosselhog Republic are, well, it would be apt to say that Rosselhog is effectively a Comstar puppet state at this point.
Yes.
But then again, it is doubtful if there were ever anything more than that. By the way, I will not be making note of this in the first volume of our history when it is published.
Indeed.
I will, however, have to omit the section claiming that we killed Phelan Ward. That will require some rewriting.
I'll do it.
I still intend to have the leg turned into a lamp, by the way.
Go for it.
Are you gonna put it in the fishnets?
I think I will keep it in the boot.
Right, like it's gonna be the boot, but then like you have the whole leg with the fishnet stockings. You're doing like the Christmas story lamp, right?
Exactly.
I suppose so.
Okay. That would be amazing.
It will definitely be an interesting conversation piece.
No, I swear, this is what he was wearing that day. Okay. So, at this point, Ethan, you are approached by James.
Okay.
So, I had a thought, boss.
Yeah, what's your thought?
Well, we popped the covers off the gun turrets when we were on Susquehanna. If we put down on the planet, I could replace them.
Yeah, well, you should do that.
All right, I'll get Richard to set a course.
All right.
By the way, I haven't had a chance to say this yet, but I owe you guys.
You owe me nothing.
That's where you're wrong, boss. I owe you everything. As far as I'm concerned, anytime you need anything, me, my ship, my crew, we're all yours.
Nah, man. This is what you do for family.
If that's the case, you're my family, and I'll repay you. Repay the favor, pay it forward, however you want to phrase it.
And at that moment, Ethan turns into Dominic Toretto.
Family. Family. Family.
I don't need bottlenecks. I got family.
We're with you on this. All right? You'd have done the same.
Well, maybe. One way or the other, you've given me my life back. I couldn't have done this on my own. I'd have tried, but I'd have failed.
Well, that's... I don't know what else to say, but we would have, I got your back, man.
All right. He steps in and he gives you a very big hug, and I'm going to have you give me a body check.
You get that retard strength again.
Seven.
Okay. Is that a pass or a fail, and by how much?
It's a fail by 3.
You feel...
Oh,
So he gives you a hug that is very, very powerful. You recall this is the guy who built a dropship with his bare hands and punched an elemental, and with much more success than you. And you feel your spine start to crack. And fortunately,
Dr. Jason.
before any real damage is done, he catches himself and sets you back down and says, yeah, sorry. Just got a little... awkwardly pats your shoulder, says, yeah, I gotta get back to the bridge.
he'd make a good chiropractor.
Or executioner.
And with that, he floats his way back down the corridor and out of sight. A few minutes later, you hear the ship detach from the docking collar, and you are now burning for the surface of the planet. Which, let's see, I have the map here. I have decided that it's a big jump from Susquehanna, but for the sake of everything just because, one, I like the name, and two, it puts you in a good position for your return trip, I'm going to say you've jumped to Bangor.
Ha ha ha.
Which is not owned by the Smoke Jaguars currently as it is in canon. This is alternate. We're just going to say that this part of territory is still Draconis Combine.
All right, I guess I'll make a shopping list since we're going to probably take the opportunity to resupply.
Yep, probably a good call.
I have a message pouch that I'm going to be taking to the HPG terminal.
Okay. So does anyone have anything they want to do during the trip?
Yes. Gareth is going to ask James some questions.
Okay, so yeah, you find him up on the bridge.
He says, Captain, can I ask you some questions in private?
Yeah, sure. Step into my office. He leads you off to the office off the side of the bridge.
Okay, so I asked you to step aside so that I did not want to start up the rumor mill, as it were. So explain to me a bit more of these concepts, engagement, marriage, what have you.
He raises,
how does that work?
Raises both eyebrows. Got someone in mind?
He hesitates for a moment and he says, I have gotten close to Mora.
Yeah, I have noticed that. All right, what do you want to know?
How does one go about this engagement ritual?
Well, the first thing to do is a proposal. So essentially, how that works, traditionally how it works, is you go and you buy an engagement ring. So it helps if you know what her ring finger size is. That's this finger here. He points to his ring finger where his wedding band is. If you know that size, you go to a jeweler. You get a ring, usually with a nice big shiny diamond in it, or something that you think would look nice on her. And then you take her out for a nice date, perhaps take her out to dinner, or maybe, well, I don't really know what Mora likes, but something that she'd enjoy doing. And then when you think the moment's right, you get down on one knee, present the ring, and ask her if she will be your wife. And if she accepts, she'll take the ring, put it on her finger, and wear it until your wedding day, which you'll have to set up and schedule. Then after the wedding ceremony, you'll be signed off, you'll exchange wedding rings. You'll be given a gold band like mine. She'll get an extra one to put on alongside her engagement ring. The two will kind of form together to be a single piece of jewelry a lot of the time. You get a wedding band that complements it. And then you're married from that point forward. You start living together if you weren't already.
And how would one go about discreetly measuring her ring size?
Yes, that is a tricky one. Well, if what I did, I don't know how well this would work. She's got a lot of stamina to her, I'm sure, but what I did was
Oh, tell me about it.
I don't need the details, but anyway, I he gets a little red in the face and looks a bit embarrassed. I had a particular rigorous night, and while she was asleep, I managed to stay awake long enough to take the measurement. You get a small measuring tape you wrap around, and he explains the process of how the measurement works, the basic math involved. You take that measurement and bring it to a jeweler.
Okay, well, seeing as I may not be able to escape her embrace, I may have to hide the measuring tape on my person then.
You might have to get creative. All I can say is that's what I did. The rest is kind of up to you. But you'll want to get that measurement one way or another, preferably without her noticing. Does she have any jewelry of her own that she wears?
Not while working, it can get snagged on machinery. But, I've seen her wear some jewelry before. Not rings, at least not as far as I've noticed.
Well, when she's busy one night, maybe take a discreet look through her jewelry case if she has one, see if there's any rings. Maybe borrow one for a bit. Sometimes that works.
I shall have to see if I can do that. Is there anything else you believe I should know before I potentially make a fool out of myself?
Well, that's kind of the risk that you run with this sort of thing. You're going to look a little bit foolish. It's a display of vulnerability. But in that, it's a display of trust as well, showing that you're willing to be vulnerable around this person. And, well, here's the advice I'd get. Don't go too over the top with your preparation. I've seen plenty of men who wanted to have a big movie moment where after she says yes, a bunch of string players come out and start playing romantic music and celebration, only to have her turn around and say no, and then have a musical interlude as he walks away with a broken heart. So, don't go too over the top, or it might come back to bite you. But also, well, I can't tell you not to be disappointed if she says no, because obviously anyone would be. But just know that it's not necessarily the end if she does. There's lots of girls out there.
Thank you, Captain.
Hope I was of some help. I only did it once myself, so.
Well, one hopes one only has to do it once.
Yeah, that is true. Though, I will say I did make an idiot out of myself when I did it, but then again, that was one of the things that she liked about me to begin with, so it worked in my favor.
That is comforting.
Good. Good. Well, good luck, Gareth. Hope you get her.
Thank you, Captain. Oh, and how is your daughter?
She's doing good. She's doing good. I wish I could spend more time with her, but I've got things I have to do. She's been adapting pretty well, going around places. When Annette gets back on her feet, she's offered to help with her when I am unavailable. We'll see how that goes. Hope they like each other.
I am also willing to offer assistance if you require it, although my experience with children is almost non-existent.
Yeah, I've heard the name Mr. Cheese Toes floating around a bit.
He lets out an exasperated sigh and goes, I'm never going to live that one down, am I?
Susie is going to call you that for the rest of her life, just so you know. She's
I
taken to
suppose
calling
that-
you Uncle Cheese Toes.
Well, that's a lot better.
He actually he seems a little puzzled by this, not sure how to take it, but he says, I suppose I can get used to it.
Well, that's good. Well, in any case, she's a lot like her mother. She's a strong kid. She'll get along just fine. But thanks for asking.
You're welcome.
Okay. So, you guys are burning down to the surface of the planet. Does anyone else have anything they want to do before you touch down?
The only thing I would think about is to have that kind of scene with Hudson. Since you brought it up, I didn't want to kind of pass over it, but
Okay. Yep, we can do that.
yeah, Val would be probably securing everything, and yeah, you said Hudson would approach.
Yeah. Sorry, just ran back in from making dinner, but yes. Yeah, it's kind of Hudson finds her and just sort of shakes her hand and says, "That was well said, Val."
She'll shake his hand and say, in retrospect, that was really stupid. I don't know what I was thinking. I just let my nerves get the best of me. I'm sure I don't regret what I was said. I'm glad I didn't let my anger get the best of me, but that was really stupid.
Well, the thing about being in command is sometimes you have to be willing to do something stupid.
Just ask Ethan.
Shush. Hi, James. Look, I've been living the life of a politician for entirely too long. I spend forever thinking about every word to the point that I turn myself around in circles. Sometimes it's refreshing to hear someone just speak without a filter, you know?
Well, we're mercenaries too, but I can tell you right away I would never sell out anybody else, especially the place that I was from or trying to defend, just to save my own hide. If
He
it gets
names
to that,
the
if
place
you
we got Rachel from.
well,
Fecta?
Fecta, yeah.
Yeah.
if it comes to that point and there's these crazy clan invaders, I'd either not cooperate or I'd take the Smith and Wesson method out. Let's hope it never comes to that, but no, you don't turn on your friends, your people, all of that.
He smiles and sort of lowers his voice and leans in a little bit closer and says, "And that's why I don't trust the bondsman."
Oh God, now he's giving her something to think about.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Well, as I keep saying, their ways are not our ways, but Phelan Kell was, I guess, of the inner sphere. He saw an opportunity and he
was.
took it. In the worst possible way, and his actions got good people killed.
Exactly. You said everything that needed to be said. He switched sides because the wind was blowing differently. Someone like that is very difficult to trust, because if they'll do it in your favor, they'll just as easily do it against you.
Yeah. You know, if I wasn't actually so raging mad, I would have legitimately asked the group if we could have just taken him with us. Made the argument that he kind of burned all of his bridges and maybe the inner sphere will throw him a bone, but I don't know if that's even the right choice anymore.
Kidnapped him. That would
Well,
be an aggressive move, but could cause far more problems than it solves. Also, bear in mind he had one fake feline already. There's no guarantee the one we spoke to wasn't another fake one.
true, true. I don't. I've heard stories of there being clones, and I think I heard some crazy rumor that Hans Davian was actually cloned, or he had a clone or something. But that was always a rumor. That I don't know if that was real or not. Who knows what these people get up to?
Stories can get filtered through quite a few mouths, and they tend to get out of hand sometimes.
Right. So you should
Hans
take it
Davian.
with a grain of salt. But
Oh, always.
still,
Although, to be fair, if a few years ago someone had told me that secret invaders descended from the SLDF were going to come and attack Russellhag, I probably would have laughed you off.
yeah, me too.
Oh well.
Anyway, thanks for the vote of
In any
confidence.
case, don't feel ashamed for speaking the truth. Sometimes it's necessary to speak, as I said, without a filter.
Yeah, let's hope that doesn't get me into the ground. I've got too much to live for now. But thanks.
Yes, I suppose I need to take your example to heart. So, I'll see if I can't resolve a few issues I have with some of the staff.
Well, if I can help, just let me know.
He kind of stops and thinks. I may actually have to talk to you about one of these issues later, but it will have to wait.
No
And
worries.
he bows his head and says, I am sorry for making the conversation about me. I
Oh, it's
simply wish to congratulate you on a job well done there.
it's fine. You don't need to apologize for anything. I appreciate your. I I got kicked out of the MAF, and there's still this sort of lingering sense of inferiority I have. So I appreciate you saying that.
Well, I know exactly what a lingering sense of inferiority is like. Uh, we must all handle it the best we can.
Yeah. Oh God, I gotta get group 4 to lunch again. I'm sorry, Hudson. I gotta go. She's gonna run
He-
down the hallway.
He nods at her again, does like a sharp little, acknowledgement, says, all right, and goes about his business.
Okie dokie.
Okay. So you guys complete your burn down to the surface, and the work crews start moving around to go and get the blowout panels replaced on the exterior of the dropship. Notably, Annette has joined them. She is cleared from sick bay, or at the very least has left sick bay.
I am so going to be on my best behavior and best dressed when we have to deal with the DCMS.
Okay. Yes. So the customs agent comes up to negotiate with you, or rather to fill out your paperwork. So, do you have bureaucracy? Anyone on the crew? I believe someone has bureaucracy.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
I've
that's
got it.
bot. Okay.
I think Hudson has it too.
Who
Oh,
wants
I
to
do.
talk to the customs inspector?
Well, I mean, it sounds like this is Ethan's show, but I mean, if I'm aware a custom inspector is happening, I will certainly step up.
Yeah, I would defer to Hudson in this just because I don't want to
Yeah.
get identified again through the whole.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, Hudson's getting this and passing off the stuff to Hudson.
All right, custom inspector.
Okay. So, you meet him outside the dropship. He says, "Konnichiwa. This is the crew of the Robert Smalls."
Hudson responds in at least passable Japanese. I don't speak Japanese myself. He, gives
Okay.
the proper greeting back.
He gives you a polite bow in response. Ah, you speak the proper language.
I speak enough phrases to get by.
Understood. Well, we can get this business set aside. First order of business is to come aboard ship and make a proper inspection of cargo. You have come from Koran space. Proper procedure is to ensure that you are not smuggling weapons.
Out of game, I assume this actually is proper procedure?
Yes. Or at the very least, it makes sense to you.
Okay.
Now,
Alright,
here's my question. Would they consider the mechs of a mercenary unit using the ship to be smuggled weapons?
Well, luckily we don't have to worry about that because we have everything tucked away all neat and tidy.
Hopefully.
Yeah, apart from
what?
the other cargo that your ship has.
Kids?
It'd be an interesting thing to try to explain to a customs inspector, I think.
Yeah, someone needs to move them fast.
At least they're not
Yeah,
in
okay.
anybody's luggage.
Alright, yeah, sort of signal Val, say, move the kids to the bunk rooms.
Oh yeah, we're keeping them secured and out of sight.
Okay, good.
Okay,
Alright,
I am going to assume you've said this before meeting the customs
yeah.
inspector. That's
Yeah,
how
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
going
yeah.
to treat this.
Thank you.
I was like, yes, come aboard and inspect your ship. Val, go move the kids.
Yeah. yes. Let's. Thank you for that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I take him aboard the ship.
Okay. So, he comes aboard, and where have you hidden the kids?
Well, that sounds like it's on Val here.
Would we
the
put them in
bunk room.
the concealed cargo bay, right?
With
Yeah.
the mech?
Oh, one of the empty ones.
Yeah, there's like an empty one that we've kind of requisitioned into their living space and crash chairs and all that. So if it's concealable, yeah, that's what we'll do.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, do you have leadership as a skill?
Oh dear, I do not.
Gareth does if you want to enlist him to help.
Yeah, I mean, one person wrangling all those kids. Yeah, we'll have Gareth help.
Okay. So, Gareth, you have the skill. So what we're going to do is you're going to make the check, and you're going to have assistance from Val. So 3d6, take the two highest. This will be at +2.
Oh yeah, because he has no experience with kids. Got it.
Well, that, and you're trying to keep a crowd of about 70 kids quiet.
Do I want to edge this? Do you think I should edge it?
I'm not going to
Did
answer
it
that
pass?
question.
I would.
I'm gonna edge this. So how many do I re-roll?
Reroll the whole thing.
Okay, so that's still a failure by 1, unfortunately.
Okay. All right.
I have 2 edge. Could I somehow
So
do something
what
to-
I'm going to do, I'm going to roll his perception.
Okay.
He's an inspector for a living, so he's gonna have inspection skill. Okay, I've got a target number. Modifiers. Okay, I know it. I know I'm gonna roll. Let's see. Oh,
Wow.
you guys are
What?
in luck. That is
Oh boy, we got
that is
lucky.
a very bad perception roll on his part. So you are not able to keep the kids entirely quiet, but fortunately for you, Hudson has done a good enough job keeping the conversation up that he has not noticed the noises.
Inspector's trying desperately to hold in a fart.
So after going through, he makes the notes. Says, "You are not carrying any cargo." very, very little cargo. Small cargo containers with small quantities of perishable goods.
Sorry, push to talk got me on that one. Yes, we're here to pick up a load of cargo. Actually, we had just made our last distribution before coming here.
Ah, very well. Give me a bureaucracy roll on that one, actually.
All right.
So we had you here
And
so that because you have that skill, so we should have you make a roll.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
yeah.
unmodified.
All right. All right. Let's see here. Come on.
Ooh, very good.
I needed a 5. I got a 10.
Very nice. So he accepts that explanation without any indication that it's bothering him in the slightest. And you fill out the appropriate paperwork. Everything's checked off. He nods slowly and says, "Enjoy your stay on Bangor." And he leaves.
I do
the
like
dropship.
the appropriate bow and say the phrase of, thank you and have a nice day.
Arigato.
I know arigato. I don't know the rest of it.
Well, time to hit the Bangor Mall.
That's a main joke. All right.
Ooh, can we go to Dice
Arigato
Arts?
onegaishimasu.
You want to go to Dice Arts? Dice Arts is in
What's
Hamden,
that?
though.
Yeah, there's 2 Dice Arts. There's one in Hamden and one in Bangor.
What Dice Arts?
It's a chain of gas stations and restaurants, truckers. It's
Best corned beef hash in New England.
yeah. So like you know Buc-ee's in Texas.
Yes.
It's nothing
Who
like that.
doesn't?
It's nothing like that. But
Of course not.
Is it similar to Wawa?
I have no idea. So what it is?
So it's more like a Love's or something.
Yeah, kind of like a Love's, but more like a local chain. So it's a truck stop, but they have a really really good restaurant attached to it.
Ah, okay.
In a really not that expensive restaurant.
No, yeah, that's the other nice thing. Like if you're ever driving through Bangor, take the exit in Hamden, it's the next town over, and there's a Dice Arts there, big place. Not Buc-ee's big, but a big place. Anyway, back to the game. You guys are on the planet of Bangor, and upon putting in, your ship is registered on the rolls, and all of you start to get some communications coming in that have been delivered via HPG. They've been trying to find your ship for a while, but since you haven't gone down officially anywhere in friendly territory in a while, you've got a bit of a backlog of messages. So we'll go through everyone's one by one. Gareth is the easiest. You don't have anything from anybody outside of there's one communication from, I forget the name of the elemental lady from Outreach.
Oh.
But
What's it say?
she has sent you something of a personal nature, just inquiring as to how you're doing, and if you're planning on being back on Outreach at any point.
Okay, well, I suppose he will reply just with a general description of what has been happening. Nothing too sensitive. You never know who might be listening. And that,
I do.
well, when are we going to be back on Outreach?
That's a good question.
Yeah, his answer is, I do not know precisely when we will be returning to Outreach at this time, but I shall inquire with the captain.
All right. So from there, we'll move on to Val. You've gotten a few more requests from modeling agencies.
Okay.
You've gotten a message from your brother who is asking for an update on what your adventures have been since they last communicated.
Okay.
And he reports that his education's been going well. He's been doing a lot of different types of training, and he had a girlfriend for a bit, but they broke up recently, and he's feeling a little down about it.
Dog.
Aw. Okay. Um, I suppose the best way we could respond is um, can't talk. Still traveling and all that, but sorry to hear about the girlfriend. Um, but I'll send you a better message soon.
Okay.
So, yeah, just kind of keep it short and vague, but that it was received and she's okay, basically.
All right. Now, Zach, I'm trying to
Huh?
remember. Did you have family that you were in touch with?
Nope.
Okay. So, you don't get much in the way of mail other than bills that you're pretty sure you've already paid. So you can do with those whatever you like. Ethan, you've got a message from Jamie Wolf, who says that he's heard through the grapevine about what you've been up to, and says to get in touch with him next time you're on outreach, whenever that might be.
Okay.
Do we want to tip off to Jaime Wolf that someone's been impersonating us?
That's something that I'm not putting over the HPG.
Good idea.
Okay. And Hudson, you actually get a message from your mother. Now, your
You never call, you never write.
your mother, in a very formal tone, but also a rather... You know your mom well enough to know when she's happy about something. And she has
All right.
written a detailed description of... there's very little to do about you or the rest of how the family is doing in here. It's almost exclusively about business that your family has recently been engaging with another family, and you recognize these as being these are arms dealers in Lyran space, small arms and ammunition primarily, but arms dealers nonetheless that supply the formerly the LCAF, and they have been looking at performing a merger of their business interests.
I'm guessing where this is going, but yes,
She doesn't
reading ahead
say
here.
as much, but you can kind of guess why she sent this particular letter to you.
All right. What does she say aside from implying they're looking for a merging of business interests?
That's more or less the gist of it. Though at the end, she does say that Mirabelle has been asking about you, and you know Mirabelle to be one of the daughters of this particular family. You also know that the last time you spoke to her was about 3 years ago, and you had to resist strangling her because of how irritating and stuck up and rather unpleasant she was.
Pinches his nose, thinking about that. Well, technically, Mother hasn't ordered me to do anything yet. All right, he puts it down. He has to think about how best to respond to this. Like, he's not too enthused about what his mother's implying with Mirabelle there. He's just trying to think of a polite way to respond. Yeah, I don't know what to say at this point.
Okay. Would you like us to circle back to you?
Well,
Or
no,
maybe
let me
leave it
see
off for
here.
next session or something, because we can do that too.
I mean, all I can think right now is to do his typical move of pretend not to get it, and right back to say about, he's still building his reputation and resume here, and he would be interested in hearing the possibility of when he feels he's more worthy of a partner she might have in mind.
Okay. Alrighty then. So you type that up and get it sent off.
And Technuke has said what Hudson was trying to say much more tactfully of, please keep that annoying shrieking harpy away from me. He says that, but in much more polite words. So just sort of, wow, I would not want to burden her with a son who has not yet accomplished anything. I'm sure that there are plenty of other ways to make this arrangement happen. At the moment, I'm still trying to become someone the family can be proud of, and that will require more work on my side of things.
Okay. So you go ahead and get that sent off.
Okay.
So now that you guys are here on Bangor, what's the plan?
What is the plan?
Plan is that Ethan is going to go to the Comstar compound
Okay.
and deliver all and send off all of the stuff that he's batched for transmission.
I'm also going to add that Gareth is accompanying you because he does not trust Comstar at this point.
Okay. So yes, you get to the Comstar place, and there's an adept running the station. The interesting thing about this one is you actually notice a badge pinned to the side of his hood that has a noticeable red hand insignia on it.
Oh,
Okay, this is our first, well, out of character, I know what that is.
Hello?
Greetings. How may I assist you?
I got messages to send, and I basically start dividing them. I need these sent to Rasselhog Army High Command. I need this batch sent to Callan Industries on outreach. This batch to the MRBC, and these two to the Hollister family on Numenor in the Federated Suns.
Very well. One moment, please. He starts tabulating, and you're sending quite a bit of data to quite a few recipients, and so he comes back and says, "That will be 5,300 C-bills."
Here we go. Yep. I'm just gonna take a look at the pin. I'm like, that's new. I haven't seen one of those on a Comstar Adept.
He glances down on it, looks up at you, and says, "It is a precious commodity of mine. Peace of Blake be with you."
Peace of Blake be with you too. And I'll pay the man, and
All right, your transmissions have been sent. Did I give you any mail yet, Ethan?
just you said there's something from Jamie Wolf, and that was it.
Okay, that's right. All right, just want to make sure I didn't leave anybody out.
And once they're safely out of earshot of this guy, Gareth is going to ask if Ethan noticed that red hand, because that is not something he's seen before.
Yeah, I've never seen it before either. Again, more questions for Jamie when we get the chance.
All right. So does anyone have anything they want to do here?
Actually, yes.
Okay.
Is there, if not either a jewelry store or a tourist store or someplace you can buy trinkets and whatnot?
Oh, definitely.
Great. Hudson finds a decent looking dragon-themed trinket of some sort, either a bracelet or what's the word, necklace or something like that. I'm sure there's something dragon-themed in Draconis Combine.
Oh, there's lots.
Yeah.
I don't think it looks like the one that you're trying to reference.
Yeah. If I look around enough tourist crap, maybe I'll find something that looks sort of like a dragon.
I'll tell you what. We can do a roll for this.
Okay.
So, do you have any skills you think would be relevant here?
Find a trinket.
Well, something like maybe scrounge or perception or.
Why do I just imagine this turning out like that scene in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, where Marcus is walking through Cairo?
Does anyone here speak
Yeah.
English?
Yeah.
Does anyone have any?
Or perhaps Ancient Greek?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the closest I have would be either bureaucracy or protocol, and I doubt that would help in finding a thing. So
Okay.
I'm definitely looking around blind.
So what I
Blind,
will
I mean.
do. What we'll do is we'll just do a straight up luck roll here. So roll 2d6, and I'll tell you what you get based on what you roll.
Alright, let's see what we got. 8.
8. Okay. So that's slightly better than average. So you don't find anything that perfectly resembles a Branth, but you do find a pendant that is somebody riding on the back of a dragon.
I suppose that'll work.
Granted,
Alright.
did Angie show you what a Branth looks like? I forget.
Yeah, she showed pictures.
That's right. She did have pictures. Okay. So yeah, you're able to find something that definitely not a perfect copy, but it's somebody riding a dragon, and the intent is clear.
Alright. Fair enough. I pay whatever that goes for.
Let's see. We'll say 150 sea bills.
Just pays it without even looking.
Okay.
And great.
All right.
Let's see. Ooh. Chef had mentioned that he was running low on alcohol. Is that in Zach's, whatever it is, resupply order?
Do you really have to ask me that?
Eh. I believe there's
you're in the land
value
of
in double
sake.
checking, but there is that. It's all sake.
I'm fine with sake.
Not necessarily, because if you know anything about real life Japan, they really like their beer too.
They do.
And whiskey.
And whiskey.
Right.
Get out of my head.
All right.
There's an echo in here.
So I double checked that there's ample booze being bought.
Also, another thing to note is the Draconis Combine actually has a sizable Slavic minority population, so vodka is an option too.
And ice cream.
Kvass.
I figure the kids get a little treat now and then.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So
Yes,
basically,
just double-check
I
that.
think what you're saying is that Zach's got the booze covered.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Zach's got
Unless,
the
As
booze.
unless he
always.
wants to look for something special.
Yeah, exactly. General purpose booze is being acquired.
Nothing immediately comes to mind as something special. I don't even know what I would look for. So I'll trust Zach that he's gonna get good stuff here and return to the ship after this, because yeah, I'm a little on edge too, being in Draconis Combine territory after how badly the last one went.
Okay. So yeah, you've got everything you were looking for then?
Yep.
I think
Oh,
so.
All right. So you're back aboard. We'll let time pass, and you guys are back aboard the ship, burning back to the jump point. Unless anyone has anything else they want to do.
Well, the other thing I was going to have Gareth do at some point is try see if he can find a way to figure out what Moore's ring size is.
Okay. Yes, and there is something I actually want to do before you guys take off because it's going to take a few days. But yes,
You could ask Zach too.
How would Zach know what a ring size is?
No, I meant ask how he knew about Yuki's ring size.
I don't think. Oh wait, no, Gareth does know that. That's not what started this whole thing. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he knows what Zach's up to.
yeah. I'm
I
just
guess
tired and not
he-
paying attention.
I guess he could ask Zach to figure out, like, okay, how'd you do it? But you said there was something else you wanted to do, Mage.
That'll be that can happen after this. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so yeah, Gareth is going to approach Zach and just sort of whisper at him and say, "So I heard you were having a ring made for Yukiko."
Figured Mora would say something.
Well, I have a question. How did you go about measuring her ring size?
Eyebrows furrow, and I'm going to turn and look. Why are you interested?
Do not ask questions that you're not prepared to hear the answer to.
Eyebrows shift up. Oh. I
Just
didn't think-
answer the question, Zach.
I didn't know you had it in you, vending machine. Good for you. I'm gonna tap him on the shoulder. Okay. Well, I was in the cockpit with Yuki teaching her, and I was one of my pen light fell out of my pocket, and I picked it up, and I put it down in the console, and Yuki picked it up, and I noticed that it was exactly the same thickness as her ring finger. So that's how I used that.
So it was a case of serendipity.
Yeah. Now, if you're trying to be sneak around the bush with more about it, what you could do is just grab a length of string and mark it. When she's asleep or something, just put it around her ring finger and then tie it off, and you can measure it later.
He just puts a finger over Zach's mouth real quick and says, "Do you have any idea how strong her grip is?"
I don't want to know.
The point is, me doing anything in her sleep is a losing proposition.
Are you saying that she gives you the iron claw while she's asleep?
No, just that
The claw.
Grab his dick
I'm-
and
I'm-
twist it.
Well, let me put it this way. I believe the term for what I am in this condition is the little spoon.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I could have told you that.
Oh, so that's why your middle name is Peggy.
Gareth does not have a middle name.
Well, you're a big boy. You can figure it out. It's not like trying to put a bell on a dragon.
Come again?
Never mind.
I need an adult. All right.
I'm an adult.
That's debatable. All right, so yes, continue.
Well, I'm done.
Okay.
All right, so moving on. Sorry if I made that more awkward than it should have been.
That's okay. It wasn't you.
I was trying to be funny. Okay.
It was not you. All right, everybody has
Back
done all
at
that.
Zach.
Okay, so the evening before you guys take off, Gareth, you return to your quarters. Mora is there, and she's lying in bed, kind of propped up with the pillows, and looks over at you as you come in. Says, somewhat weakly, "Hey, Gareth."
Is there something wrong? You look under the weather.
I haven't been feeling too great. I've been a bit nauseous lately.
Oh,
Have you-
fuck.
Have you spoken to the medical officer?
Not yet. It's not serious. I'm probably just coming down with something.
What are your symptoms?
Nausea mostly. I've been throwing up.
She got
Anything else?
2 extra sets of chromosomes.
That's been most of it so far. I've been just feeling a little weird. I haven't really felt like this before, but I might have caught something on Susquehanna.
That or... Never mind.
You think I should get checked?
To be safe, I believe you should.
Alright, I'll see if Dr. Jason's up. Maybe he can give me some medicine or something for it.
Make sure that he is sober first.
Oh, he hasn't had a drop since we caught him by surprise. He's felt pretty bad about that.
Well, if it would help, I wish to accompany you.
Okay. I'm always down to have you with me. So, yeah, she gets up from bed and heads up to sick bay. And Dr. Jason is, in fact, sober. And upon hearing her symptoms, he gives her a minor peptide, and then says, "Gareth, would you mind stepping out for a second?"
Doctor.
All right. There's a few minutes of back and forth, and then he peeks his head out the door and says, "Yeah, step back in, will you?"
Sir.
And you find Mora sitting on the doctor's table holding something you probably haven't actually encountered one of these before as a clan Trueborn warrior. But it's a small plastic piece with a strip of paper inside of it. And,
what is this?
Well, Gareth, that is a pregnancy test, and it's positive.
He just stares at it for a moment, just blinking silently, and he asks. He asks Mora, "Were you not on the pill this whole time?"
She looks up rather sheepishly and says, "I might have run out."
Oh, I feel that brings back memories.
Hang on a second. I'm going to roll something.
Okay.
Engaging panic circuits. Panic circuits engaged.
I understood that reference.
Okay, so Garrett stumbles a bit, needs to sit down, but he avoids passing out from shock.
All right. So you're sitting down, getting some air.
And he just goes, "By the great father, what have I done?"
She
it's
grins a little and says, "Well, it was fun at the time. Seemed like a good idea at the time."
I guess your spoon wasn't little enough.
Fucking God damn it.
I am picturing Zach sitting right outside the door saying these things.
I saw them walking down the hall and was like, "Ooh, woo, what's this?"
Hello, it's oldies then.
Oh my god. All right. And with that, I think that's where we're going to call it for tonight because we're past the 3-hour mark. But congratulations, Gareth.
You're gonna be a daddy.
You improperly packaged your sausage.
And hey, he's the first though, so like our first couple to have a kid on.
Now,
the
full
crew, so
disclosure,
congrats.
I'm not dropping this on Zero. We have been rolling dice behind the scenes a little bit.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Mora did indeed not refuse his bachal.
Gareth has a very weak pullout game.
You dare to accept my bechild?
Oh,
Oh, that's the good one. That's a good
Gareth,
one.
you couldn't pull out of it. You couldn't pull out of a driveway.
Eject. I can hold it. Pull up. No, I'm all right. Ah!
Be going at that
Spiders-
speed, we'll be
I mean,
able to pull out and,
Well,
and
well, of
tell
course he can't pull out. No proper clan warrior would ever retreat.
Oh my god. No. We fight to the
Yeah.
end.
Do a lot of things to the end.
Alrighty. So that's where we're going to call it tonight. And we'll see. We've set up a lot of stuff to develop as things go on. And we'll probably have more interesting events play out next session. My plan going forward, I don't have a lot planned for the return trip, apart from one little side adventure that we'll do real quick, and then you guys will be back on Orestes. We're going to do some minor time skips here.
Okay, falling action, as it were.
Yes, though we do want to resolve some stuff with Hudson, for sure. There's also...
trying to gear up.
Yep. Also some stuff with James that we'll work on. But other than that, I expect probably one more session, and then you'll be back on Orestes. And once that's complete, that will be the end of our Season 1 here. And we will take a few weeks to get some details worked out and get a bit of a reset in. And then we will pick back up with Season 2, whereupon Black Lynx will be joining us. And that will take place after another time skip. So we will get there in a few weeks, assuming that we don't have more delays and everybody is able to get in. We've had some real-life stuff interfering, which has been a bit of a bummer, but I think we've got most of it behind us now.
Hopefully.
But yeah.
I think so.
And no, Lynx, I did not confuse Orestes with Outreach. They're going back to Orestes first.
All right, I'll be back in just a minute.
Okay.
Okay, then.
I mean, we're done for tonight anyway, so I want to thank everybody for joining in and watching. I hope it was entertaining. And, yeah, I had a good time. So
Proper train wreck.
everybody, go ahead and get your SP. We didn't do much this session, so I'll give 3 AP. So who do we think should get the extra?
Well, there's a couple ways you can look at it, which is who had the most drama and who was the most entertaining.
That's a good question. I don't actually have an answer.
Because if I think if we go for the drama or just acting, I would say Liz, just because she told Phelan Ward off.
That was great.
That was pretty cool.
Okay.
Did you mention
But on the other hand, what ended up happening with between me and Mora was a lot funnier than I thought it would be.
That, and there's also, keep in mind, Hudson had a pretty good exchange with Gareth about how he
that's
treats
true.
his subordinates. That was really interesting.
True.
So, do we want
How many
to
SP?
put this one on the dice?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's go with that.
So we will do D3, and 1 and 2 will be 0. 3 and 4 will be Hudson, and 5 and 6 will be Val.
Okie doke.
1, that is Gareth.
All right.
Okie doke.
What's the SP again?
SP
point.
is skill points, so you get as many of those as your learned skill.
That's
And
right.
I am just 4 AP shy of being able to increase my learn attribute.
Yeah, I am 2 AP away from upping my charisma to 6.
Nice. All right.
It's been a while.
So thanks again, everybody, and we will see you hopefully next week. So until then, this is all of us here at Mage Squadron signing off.
Take care.
Good night.
Ciao.